Welcome to the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's. We are live at historic Custer Stadium as Milwaukee King takes on Milwaukee Morse Marshall. Thanks for joining us. My name is Mike McGivern. I'm with Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, and this is the Sports Radio 1250 pregame show. I'm joined by the two head coaches here tonight, Scott Hawkins with Morse Marshall, Tom Wozniak with Milwaukee King. Coach, let's start with you. You guys started season 3-0. So far, so good. Feeling pretty good about your squad?
Yeah, we're feeling real good about them.
So, you know, with a team 3-0, senior-laden team at this point, seniors kind of taking control of this thing and leading by example?
Yeah, they really set the tone in practice and in the games. Last week we felt like we really set the tone early, and we're hoping to do the same thing tonight. Excellent.
Scott Hawkins, I don't know how many years you've been the head coach at Morse Marshall?
This is my second year at Morse Marshall. I did 3 years at Milwaukee Marshall quite a few years ago.
Okay. 1-2 so far. How are you feeling about your squad? Have you learned quite a bit throughout the first 3 games from this team?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. We got a lot of guys back this week. We suffered a lot of injuries a couple weeks ago, so a lot of key players didn't play last week. I'm feeling pretty good. I think we'll be all right.
Excellent. Hey, Coach, with the city conference, with the amount of teams, there are teams that you're not going to get a chance to play. Milwaukee Riverside, I think, is the team that has set the bar really high with Coach Wagner. They're not on the schedule this year. Is that good for you? Is that bad for you? What's your thought on that?
I think it's bad for us. Coach Wagner and I have talked before, and we would like to be playing each other every year. I think we've established ourselves as the two teams to beat in the city conference, and we'd like to be playing each other every year to kind of prove that point.
Yeah, you bet. Coach Hawkins, the co-op deal, is that a difficult thing? You have kids from different schools. Is that nice, easy transition for you? How does that work?
It's actually a very difficult thing. For example, this week, my kids from the co-op didn't make it to practice because the bus didn't come. I have a lot of busing issues that I deal with the co-op. Most schools start practice right after school. I generally can do some things, but when you got 25 kids coming from 2 different locations, it's hard to get off to a great start of practice every day when you're sitting around waiting on parts to fill in, and you want to go first team O, but your starting tackle isn't there. First team D, you're missing 3 bodies. So it's something I complained about lately with the time that I lose in practice because of the co-op. So, I like it because it gives me bodies, but I don't like it because it's hard to run an efficient practice.
You bet. Hey, guys, we're going to send you back to your teams. On the other side of the break, John Weiser, Dick Basham will get you the keys of the game. This is the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's.
We welcome you back into Custer Stadium on Milwaukee's north side with Hall of Fame football coach Dick Basham. John Weiser with you as we're set to bring you city conference action tonight. Milwaukee Morse Marshall taking on Milwaukee King. And, through the years, you talk about this city conference football, and the last couple years been dominated by Riverside. Go back a few more years, maybe Bradley Tech and Milwaukee, Washington. But we've got 2 up-and-coming teams here tonight, Morse Marshall and Milwaukee King.
Well, I think you're right, John, and that King is a senior-dominated team, and they have some very good athletes, and they have the complete package as far as running and passing, and they play solid defense. They started out the season 3-0, and I think they're a legitimate contender for the city conference title. And Morse Marshall is a younger team. They play some sophomores and juniors. They have a few seniors sprinkled in there to give them some security, but they depend on running the football, and they do have a good receiver, and their quarterback has a really nice arm. So I think it's going to be an interesting game tonight.
Morse Marshall coming in with a record of 1-2. King coming in with a record of 3-0. We'll talk a little bit about the Screaming Eagles from Morse Marshall. Kavontre Ellis, really the star player on offense.
Well, that's true. He is a wide receiver. He was a leading receiver last year. He's got 4 touchdowns this year already. They do have a good quarterback who throws the ball very well, but they're a running team, and so for him to be the leading receiver on a running team is important. He's a lanky kid who runs really well.
And then on the defensive side of the football, Mr. Shutdown, Terrell Brooks.
Well, Coach Hawkins says he thinks he's a real good shutdown corner. He's only 5'7", and he's going to have to deal with a 6'4" receiver from King, and so it'll be interesting to see how he does. But he's a solid football player, runs very well, a lot of speed in this game, and so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
For the King Generals, everything goes through the quarterback, and this quarterback they have Keyshawn Davis, one of the outstanding ones in the area.
Well, he's not only a quarterback, he's a very good all-around football player. He's their free safety, probably the best player on their football team, but everything does go through him. He starts the offense in the running game. They're in the shotgun a lot, and he's a very good thrower, and he's got some good receivers to throw to, so it'll be interesting to see how he compares to the quarterback from Marshall tonight.
Defensively, Lindsey Hudson, maybe the strongest hitter, strongest player in that linebacking core?
Well, he's the littlest guy in the field. We saw him in the warm-up, and I was really surprised how little he is. It says he's 5'7", 150, maybe soaking wet he's 150, but I talked to Brent Scott, their defensive coordinator, and he really likes the kid. He's a hard hitter. He's a wrestler. He's a very good tackler. He's short, so he can get into your legs. But Marshall likes to run the isolation play, so it'll be interesting to see how he holds up against that play.
That leads us into our keys for the ball game tonight. We'll start first for the Morse Marshall Screaming Eagles.
Well, I think it's important for them to contain the King running game because they can run the ball very well. They need to make King throw to somebody else besides Lewandowski. That 6'4" body is going to be a problem. And then no turnovers for Marshall. I think for King, it's important that they cut down on mistakes on offense. They need to contain the running game for Marshall because that's how they make their living. And finally, I think King needs to create a couple turnovers and maybe get a score from that.
We're excited to bring you high school football tonight from Custer Stadium. City Conference action. Morse Marshall and King will be back with a kickoff right after this.
Skies are clearing, rain has moved out, and we're ready for football tonight. Morse Marshall taking on Milwaukee King, but first, let's enjoy our national anthem tonight from Custer Stadium in Milwaukee. For football tonight from Milwaukee's north side. As we were just saying, the rain has pulled out. Actually have some clearing skies moving in from the northwest, and a great night for football despite the damp conditions. The field is wet, but in pretty good shape here at Custer Stadium. Morse Marshall in the white jerseys. King will be wearing the blue uniforms tonight in what should be an exciting city conference matchup. I know the coaches talked about it, Dick, the unbalanced schedule with that 8-game schedule this year, not everybody playing each other in the city conference, and really for the football aficionados, I think that's a shame because I think there's some great matchups that aren't going to get to take place this season.
Yeah, I think that's really unfortunate as well, especially when you're a coach. You want to have your players play the best team. You certainly want to play the team you're competing with for the championships and so forth. But there's nothing you can do about that. King has a problem next week. They aren't able to have a game on for their fifth slot. So this is a real important game for them too. And Marshall is team that's, I think, coming around a little bit, and they got some good young players to go with their seniors. So I think it's going to be a good game. If it's anywhere near as good as the national anthem, it'll be a great game.
King coming off a big win over Bradley Tech, defeating Bradley Tech, shutting out the Trojans 40-0, and got to go way back in the annals, probably back in the maybe the late 90s when the last time a King team has knocked off a Bradley Tech team.
Well, Tech certainly isn't the team they were years ago. They have kind of declined over the last few years. We had them on a couple times, but I think King is legitimate. They have good players. They're well coached, and it'll be interesting to see how they play tonight.
Peter Garvey has it teed up to kick off for King. They have won the toss, deferred to the second half. He will kick to Terry Island, who is standing deep, and that kick's going to float all the way through the end zone for the touchback. And so the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Screaming Eagles. Jordan Thornton will come out at quarterback. Very impressed with the way he looked in warm-ups here tonight. Only a junior, but boy, does he throw a nice football for the Eagles.
Yeah, he does. He played every down last year for Marshall, and Coach said he was a little skinny kid as a freshman. He's really grown up now. He's worked hard. They had a lot of off-season practices during the summer. He was a leader in one of those practices, and hopefully we get a chance to see him throw tonight to their good receiver, Ellis.
Out of the I formation, Kewan Smith, the fullback, Terry Island, the tailback. The split end is Kevontre Ellis to the far side. And they'll give it to the tailback, Island, working the left side, moving the pile forward across the 20 out to the 23-yard line for a short gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Well, that's their bread and butter play right there. Island's their leading rusher. He's already got 347 yards this year, averages about 11 yards a carry.
The guy we keyed in the pregame, Lindsey Hudson, coming up to make the tackle for Milwaukee King. So 2nd and 8 for the Eagles at their own 22-yard line. Again out of the eye with Smith and Island, the backfield. They have a slot receiver lined up here on the near side, and Derek Ringsby. Fumbled the snap, ball loose on the turf at the 20-yard line, and Eagles have recovered that fumble. Looked like a little problem on the exchange between center LeVar Moore and Jordan Thornton.
Well, he seemed to get the handle, and then he lost it as he was turning to hand it off, and it dropped straight to the ground. Unfortunately, he was able to fall on it. So 3rd down and 9. This is maybe an opportunity to see the quarterback's arm right here. Here's the play. And we followed the potential play, and then the ball ends up on the ground.
Well, this is not where they want to be in these 3rd and long situations. 3rd and 9, Thornton in under center. Fakes the toss, inside handoff on the counter. Nice play coming around the near side for the Eagles, and getting the first down out across the 35-yard line was Deion Jones, brought down on the play by Keyshawn Davis.
Well, Davis is a free safety, and he's the only one who wasn't fooled on that play because everybody was heading to the sideline, and the play came back the other way. It's a really good call in that situation. They're backed up. They really didn't want to put it in the air. And they were able to get the first down and good field position now.
Again, we'd like to thank First Bank Financial Center for being our first down sponsor on Thursday Night Lights. First Bank Financial Center, discover the community bank difference. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. This is Island breaking it to the outside, across the 40 out to the 43-yard line where he is wrapped up there. Hudson again in on the stop defensively for Milwaukee King.
Well, Hudson's living up to his pregame, and I really like the little running back, Terry Island. He's got a nice little move to the outside here. The play's jammed up, and you'll see him bounce to the outside. Does a really good job. Steps inside, but there's Hudson right there, and he is a good tackler, as you can see there.
So 2nd and short, 2nd and 5, we'll call it here for the near hash mark. Ball at the 42-yard line. Again, Island the call. Picks his way across the middle, across the 45, out to the 46-yard line, near the first down marker. Gain of about 4 on the play will bring up 3rd and short. Lindsey Hudson, a busy man, brings him down, the inside linebacker for the Generals.
Well, the one thing good for Hudson is that Island is about the same size as he is, so it's a good matchup there.
3rd and 1 for the Screaming Eagles. They need the 46-yard line for the first down. Ball just across the 45. I formation. Smith and Island in the backfield. Again, a little problem on the exchange. They'll roll Hudson out. Now throw it back near side, and it's incomplete, looking for Deion Jones here on the near side. Late penalty marker coming down after the play.
Well, Jones evidently didn't like the fact he got bumped after the pass was over his head. I didn't think it was really intentional and malicious, but his reaction didn't seem to indicate that he felt that way. Yeah, he might have a little beef there, I guess. Pushing after the play doesn't do anybody any good, though.
It's our Conan Smith penalty flag, brought to you by Conan Smith, your criminal defense team. People in the know to call Conan Smith. So 15 more, and a first down moves the football inside the general 40-yard line on the personal fouls. We take a look at the offense for the Screaming Eagles.
Right here, the linemen, Johnson, Dixon, Moore, Triggs, and Thomas. The receivers, and backs, Island, Smith, Ellis, Kingsby, and Brooks. And that's a real talented group of people right there, that receiver and backs.
This time it's Jones again, and he's wrapped up in the backfield for a huge loss back at the 45-yard line. Corey Bias able to come in on the blitz that time and make the tackle for a loss back near the 44-yard line.
Well, Island was forced to bounce to the outside again. He did a couple plays back, but this time Corey Bias wasn't fooled. He was there to make the play. Here's the defensive line. We got Nathaniel Donovan, Akeem Brown, Peter Garvey. The linebackers, Bias, Roberts, Hudson, we've talked about a lot, and Shreve. So secondary, Stewart, the quarterback, Keyshawn Davis is the free safety, and Kenneth Weber is the other corner.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16. They'll swing it out here to the near side. Penalty marker down as the pass is completed to Kingsby. Kingsby back to the original line of scrimmage. Pickup of about 6, maybe 7. Keyshawn Davis brought him down, but we'll check out the Conan Smith penalty flag.
Well, that's a little quick screen, and just to bounce it out to the wide receiver. He picks up a block and tries to run between the cracks to see what he can get.
Legal formation, the call here against the Eagles. Our officiating crew tonight, Stephen Paulus is our referee. So take another look at the pass completion here to the near side to Kingsby. But Paulus is our referee. Jeff Erickson, the umpire. Eric Paulus, the son of Stephen Paulus, is the linesman. Josh Peterson, the line judge. Dennis Garrett's our back judge tonight. With the penalty, moves the football back to the 49-yard line of the Generals. Second and about 18 here for the Morse Marshall Eagles. First possession of the ball game. Again, they swing it out to Kingsby. Same play, far side. He's met immediately and brought down. Treyway Conway was there on the tackle. Immediately out there on that screen pass to the receiver, Kingsby.
Well, they fired that out to the left sideline, but they don't have a blocker for the corner, so the receiver doesn't really have much of a chance to make a gain there unless he can juke his way down the field, and that didn't happen in that particular play. Conway made a very sure-handed open field tackle.
Again, we want to remind our fans this season, Wendy's will be giving away a free Frosty to students who show their student ID when purchasing a combo meal at any of our participating Wendy's locations. 3rd and long now. Thornton with time. Looks to throw, ball tipped at the line of scrimmage and batted away, incomplete. Play really never had an opportunity to develop. Good rush up the field by the defensive line that time by the King Generals. And so Morse Marshall, because of penalty, will have to give the football up.
Well, that's good because Deion Jones was open right down the middle of the field. If you could have, and you could see, it looked like he was looking for him. That could have been a problem if he was able to throw that ball.
Yeah, Peter Garvey got a hand on it defensively for the King. So Keyshawn Davis standing near his own 20, waiting for the punt. Keontae May will do the kicking here for Morse Marshall. It's a low snap, fumbled around by May, and he's swarmed under, going to be tackled back at the 35-yard line. Well, low snap. Fred Brower is the long snapper, and it didn't quite get back to the kicker, May. And it was Corey Bias who led the charge to get in there and cover up the kicker, May. So King given a golden opportunity here.
Well, you can see it was a combination of two things. The snap was a little bit low, but May was also looking up to see what was going on, and he didn't get the handle on it. And the grass is wet. Those three things are not good in that situation.
This will be Keyshawn Davis at quarterback. And a timeout taken immediately here by Morse Marshall. Well, it gives us a chance to remind you our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You'll find our schedule. complete game videos and photos. You can even post your own photos and join the Thursday Night Lights conversation on Facebook or Twitter. That's my24milwaukee.com. Our third member of our broadcast crew each and every week is Mike McGivern. He's down on the sideline. Mike, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, I'm here with Sharon Mitchell, my favorite Wendy's employee. We get to see her each year this time of year. Sharon, again, thank you so much for being part of Thursday Night Lights.
Oh, we love being with Thursday Night Lights. Wendy's love the partnership that we have with the young people in the community.
Hey, you guys got a new sandwich we need to talk about.
Oh yes, we have the Asiago chicken with a choice of home-style chicken, spicy chicken, and grilled chicken with a nice layer of ranch sauce and crisp bacon.
It's not just regular bacon, it's crisp bacon.
Oh, it's crisp bacon.
And the student ID program with Frosty, tell me about that.
Yes, any high school student that comes in with their high school ID will order a combo and receive a small Frosty with their meal.
Man, that's great. Sharon Mitchell from Wendy's, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Glad to have you aboard tonight. Saquon Dowry with the carry, brought down by Devon Britt for a short gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 upcoming for the King Generals following that bad punt execution by Morse Marshall. So they get good field position at the Eagle 35-yard line to start this drive. 2nd down and 9. They will hand it off. This is Dowry breaking it left side. Dowry inside the 20 and ushered out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. He was taken out by Derek Kingsby that time. Otherwise, that could have been 6.
Well, they got that left side was just totally wiped out, and he was in the clear as soon as he hit the line of scrimmage right there. And Kingsby came from his free safety position to force him out of bounds. That's well done by King.
Dowry, a transfer from St. Francis High School.
Yeah, we did see him last year in our game with St. Francis and Cudahy. He's a good player last year. He got over 1,200 yards, so you can see that's a nice addition for King.
He'll get the call again, right side, breaks a tackle, breaks 2, busts it to the right side. On his way, breaks another tackle, breaking a 3rd for the first down inside the 10. They'll mark him short of the 5-yard line. Nice run that time. All in Saquon Dowry, a 5'9", 185-pound junior. It was Deshaun Jones who finally got him to the turf.
Well, again, he bounced it to the outside and really did a good job of running himself. He breaks a couple tackles here. And he's not the biggest guy in the field, but a little high tackling. He was able to stay on his feet. Another high tackle. Need to get down and get it in his legs.
1st and goal from the 6. This time they meet Dowry in the backfield and they cover him up right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job that time, led by Deion Jones on the outside linebacker, senior, 6 foot 170 for the Eagles.
Well, Deion and Deshaun Jones are brothers, and their father is the defensive coordinator for Marshall, so they certainly know what to do.
2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Keyshawn Davis, a senior at quarterback, changing the play at the line of scrimmage, has Dowry the single back. Wings to either side. He's going to throw. Jump ball going for the end zone, going up high and coming up empty was Jordan Lewandowski, the fine senior split end for Milwaukee King, as he was defended nicely that time on the outside by Deshaun Jones, I believe.
Yeah, that was
Terry
really well
Island,
done.
excuse me.
Yeah, Terry Island, the running backs, also plays the corner on defense, did a nice job defending that. And that's the old fade route where you just, receiver goes to the corner and the quarterback just heaves it to the pylon, and either we get it or nobody gets it is the theory on that.
Some question as to whether or not Lewandowski would play tonight. Dinged up a little bit. Going to see some action early on. 3rd and goal. And they toss it ball loose on the turf. It's on the fumble on the inside the 10-yard line, and Morse Marshall has come up with it. Elijah Ickelman, who was the ball carrier, lost control, and the Eagles come away with the fumble recovery. I believe it was picked up out there by Michael Harris. Michael Harris with the fumble recovery for Morse Marshall. So they turn away King, who was given a golden opportunity. Each team with a turnover will take a timeout. 5:20 to play here in the first quarter. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's. Back in a moment. Michael Harris with the fumble recovery at the 10-yard line for Morse Marshall, so they turn away King in a scoreless ball game here at Custer Stadium in Milwaukee. Each team now with problems with that wet grass, the wet football tonight.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for King. They had a nice drive going there, but I think Marshall also had Morse Marshall had a nice drive going to start the game and kind of stumbled around at midfield. Let's see if they can get it going again here.
Island and Smith are your running backs for the Eagles. And Island will get the call. Breaks a tackle out across the 10, maybe the 11-yard line.
Yeah, he was one step away from breaking that. That was that simple isolation play. Donovan Nathaniel was able to bring him down. But he does have speed, and if he gets through that first wave, he could go a long ways.
Averaging nearly 12 yards a carry coming into the ball game tonight. That's how quick he is. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Again, I formation. Thornton handed off. Island busted to the outside. Nearly broke it again. Nearly got into the clear. And once again, Lindsey Hudson, the sophomore, there to clean him up. As just when you thought he was going to have some open spaces into that third level, Hudson turned him away.
Well, I don't know if we have a replay on this, but Hudson is like a rocket. He just comes out of nowhere. Here you can see him right there and puts a shoulder on him and drives right straight through him. That's your textbook tackle right there. That 150 pounds, if he's that, he is a tough little cookie.
3rd and 5 for the Eagles. Ellis split out here to the near side. Kingsby to the far side. Thornton wants to throw. He'll go back left side over the middle. It's picked off. It's intercepted by Kenneth Weber. The junior for King returns it inside the 30, short of the 25-yard line. Cornerback Kenneth Weber, a 6-foot junior, with the interception for the King Generals.
Well, that was a great interception. He broke on that ball. The receiver was open. He just outran the ball. See the replay right here. Jordan Thornton throws it down the field, and there you can see right out of the receiver's hands. Great interception by Weber, and he gets a little return out of the deal as well.
King to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to get going. Keyshawn Davis will work from shotgun. Empty backfield. They'll send 3 receivers out to the right side.
King calls all their plays at the line of scrimmage. They all wear wristbands, and they go off the wristband.
Quarterback option. He'll take it up the middle. This is Keyshawn Davis inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Short of the first down. Let's head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, listening to the coaching staff from King, really talking to the offensive linemen, wanting to know where they're blitzing from. They're blitzing every play, and you'll see a screen here pretty quick. They're going to try to watch where the blitz, if it's strong side, weak side, and which gap. They're confusing the Milwaukee King offensive line a little bit right now.
We'll keep an eye on it, Mike. 2nd down and 1. Throw a jump ball looking for Lewandowski. Makes the catch. No, could not come up with it. It was in his hands. And as he came down near the goal line, lost control of it. Deion Jones in coverage for the Eagles as Lewandowski had a 6 in his hands.
Well, it was a little underthrown, and he had to come back for the ball and couldn't quite get the handle on it. I think if Keyshawn had got his feet set, he could have got the mustard on the ball that he needed to get it down to the end zone. That would have been a 6.
3rd and 1 for the King Generals. The ball just inside Morse Marshall 20-yard line.
There you can see the players checking their wristbands. They all have the same thing.
They'll pitch it back. Dowry picks his way over the right side, gets the first down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line, and a first down for the King Generals.
Well, the King had a little bunch formation. They had 3 receivers on the outside there on the right, what's called a bunch formation. And a little toss play came in beside him. Deion Jones makes the play, but a good cutback by Dowry on that little run.
Dowry will line up as the single back. Deion Jones in on that last stop for the Eagles, but a first down for the Generals at the Eagle 13-yard line, and the back judge throwing a flag. So Cohn and Smith penalty flag. While we're sorting this one out, starting Monday, all of your favorite shows come together. Family Guy at 5, American Dad at 5:30, The Simpsons at 6, and Family Guy again at 6:30. It's Anna Mayhem, weeknights from 5 to 7, starting Monday on My 24.
I didn't see the signal there. Was that delay of game? I didn't.
Still going to discuss this one out. It was the back judge who threw the flag out of the end zone. Well, again, they're discussing this out. We'll head back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys,
they're going to wave it off.
We've got a guy on the Morse Marshall sideline. He said that defensively, he said these guys are winded already. And I know as a basketball coach, kids get excited. They kind of get winded quick, and then they get it back. Let's hope they get it back because they're winded pretty early in the first quarter.
Dowry picks his way over the middle, breaks the tackle, short of the goal line. He did not get in. He fell down just a little bit shy of the goal line. He was tripped up by Terrell Brooks for Morse Marshall. Shy of the goal line, but it will be a first down. First and goal for the King Generals, and they're right at the line of scrimmage, ready to go. They'll run the fade route, corner of the end zone, looking for Lewandowski. Makes the catch. Did he hang on? He did. Touchdown. Touchdown, King Generals.
That was probably the toughest catch he had tonight, and he was able to make that one just inside the sideline. I'm a little surprised they threw that out there, the way they're running the ball, but certainly was effective.
Working on Terry Island as we get another look. Island on an island with Lewandowski.
There you can see, came over the shoulder, got both feet down. It was well thrown and executed play. Island's only 5'9", and Lewandowski's 6'4". I think that's it's only 6'1". That's a little bit of a mismatch.
They will go for two, it would appear. Three receivers to the right side, two receivers here to the near side. They'll throw it back to Dowry. He is met and dropped immediately. Good read by the defense that time. They were ready.
Well, they were ready, but nobody blocked anybody. That was a big problem. So
I think it was Shaquille Moore coming in on special teams, able to knock Dowry short of the goal line as we take one more look.
You see the two receivers there. There's three receivers out there, and neither one of them really gets a block, and he gets blasted for no gain. I'm a little surprised again that they threw it out there the way they run the ball. I think they could probably just punch it in.
So it remains 6-0 King, 2:26 to go here in our first quarter from Custer Stadium, which turned out to be a very nice evening for football tonight. And again, you might be noticing King wearing the purple socks and Morse Marshall wearing the purple socks, purple wristbands for a reason here tonight.
Yeah, right. It's they're making people aware of Breast Cancer Awareness Week, and it's nice to see the kids in the schools promoting that. It's a great cause, and a lot of work to be done there yet.
I think pink night tonight. Well, Morse Marshall set to receive. Terry Island back deep. This will be a low spinning kick that will bounce short. It'll be picked up by Cavante Ellis. Ellis with some running room. Breaks it out across the 35 out to the 37-yard line for the Eagles. So good field position here for Morse Marshall to start this drive late here in this first quarter. Let's get another look at the kickoff. I believe it was Jabari Maddox-Olds that came up with the tackle.
Well, we got a chance to see some of Ellis's talent. He runs very well. I think if I was Morse Marshall, I'd find a couple ways to get him the ball other than maybe throwing a pass, bring him around and reverse. And maybe they do that. We certainly haven't played the entire game yet, but hopefully they'll get the ball to him a little bit more.
Kewan Smith, the fullback, Terry Island, the tailback, and it's to give to Island. Following his fullback across the 39 out to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play for Terry Island, a junior, 5'9", 150. Corey Bias being on the tackle for the Generals.
Well, Marshall's doing a good job of getting through the front four, but they're not having much luck getting past those linebackers. Bias and Hudson are doing a great job in there.
2nd and 7, all at the 40-yard line. Island again with the call, tries the right, cuts it back up the middle, nothing doing. A stout general defense right up the middle that time. Making the play was Peter Garvey, a senior defensive tackle. Garvey, Lewandowski, Donovan Nathaniel, and Akeem Brown making up that front four for the Generals.
Well, Marshall's got themselves in a little bit of a pickle here, 3rd and 7. They probably need to put the ball in the air unless they have another counter or something that they can use to work against the flow of the King defense.
Kringsby and Brooks split to the near side. Thornton rolling right with some time penalty marker down. Will keep it himself, and he is met and drilled. I mean, he was leveled
Kenneth Weber,
yep.
let him have it.
Weber lowered the boom, but we also have a Conan Smith penalty marker back at the line of scrimmage. This may be a holding call as we take another look.
Right. He rolls out to the right. He actually has a receiver down here at the bottom of the screen that you can't see, number 2. Terrell Brooks is open, but he chooses not to throw it to him and thinking he can get the first down, ends up getting taken out to the woodshed a little bit there on that tackle.
Holding the call. It will be declined here by King, bringing up 4th down. 59 seconds to go here in our first quarter. A 6-0 King lead.
There you see Jordan Thornton, a quarterback.
Again, he's a 2-year starter. Threw for over 700 yards last year, 11 touchdowns. So again, experience back there, just not given some time.
Yeah, he's a quarterback on a running team. You can see he's a little unsure about his passing yet. I think that'll come as the season goes on. He gets more chances.
A nice punt by May. It will be picked up by Davis. Davis across the 10 out to the 16-yard line for a 6-yard return. Kind of a dangerous territory.
He does everything for the team. Yep. Carries the water. Quarterback returns all the kicks.
A little bit dangerous, Coach, on a wet night like tonight, trying to pick up a rolling football on a punt in a crowd like that?
Well, I think he had enough time to do it. They didn't have a lot of pressure on him, so it's probably a good thing rather than let it go out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Late here in this first quarter with a 6-0 lead, Generals get the football back at their own 12-yard line. Check that, their own 16-yard line.
Empty backfield again. Last time they ran a quarterback draw.
They'll send 3 receivers to the right. Single receiver here on the near side is Dowry. He's going to throw. Blitz is on. Gets out of coverage. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Well, it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game. They're trying to spread the defense, and so Marshall decided to blitz, and Malik Morse was able to get on top of him before he had a chance to get his feet set, and he had to duck away from it.
Pressure from that left side that time. Lucky to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Second down and 10.
I said Malik Moore. I meant Malik Monroe.
Again, they'll give him that spread look here. 4 receivers, 3 to the far side. Single receiver here to the near side is Dowry. They've got Ricks, LaFond, and Lewandowski split out to the far side. Again, wants to throw. Was back over the middle. There was a no holding call there. Looked like Josh LaFond was held up as he tried to go for the football near the 35-yard line, but the officials let that one go. Yeah, pass intended there for LaFond, a senior, 6'2", 170 for the Generals.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. He was held up.
That'll end our first quarter here at Custer Stadium in Milwaukee. 6-0 King with the lead on our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's. Jordan Lewandowski's touchdown reception midway through our first quarter, the only score so far tonight. The 2-point conversion unsuccessful. 6-0 King as we start our second quarter from Custer Stadium. 3rd and 10. And Davis going to throw. Little screen pass over the middle, complete to Dowry. Dowry breaks a tackle, has some room to the outside to the 25, gets to the 30, and he's ushered out of bounds there with a penalty marker to boot.
Well, that was a really good call. Dumped a little screen pass in the middle of the field. He had a big rush and everybody dropping. He had a lot of room to run. Did a great job. Deion Jones forced him out of bounds. But I couldn't tell if they called a horse collar or if he got a face mask.
Mike McGivern brought that up late in the first quarter, saying this is the play they were going to go to at some point. And Deion Jones may have pulled him down. 5-yard face mask penalty. Again, penalty flags this season brought to you by Conan Smith, your criminal defense team. People in the know to call Conan Smith.
Well, that was a really good call. It got him out of trouble, got him a lot of yardage, and now they have room to operate. A little more security. In their bunch formation again.
With the penalty yardage, a gain of 20 out to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 King. Again, Saquon Dowry, the lone back. And he'll get the call. Up the middle with some room. 40, 45, breaks a tackle midfield. Out to the 45 of Morse Marshall, down to the 40 of the Eagles. All on Saquon Dowry, the junior, 5'9", 185, breaking tackles at the line of scrimmage.
He does a really great job of keeping his feet going. He was tackled by Shaquille Moore after a long game, but he does a great job of keeping balance, keeping his feet pumping, and making tacklers miss.
23-yard pickup, 1st and 10. They'll go for the fade route here. Man wide open, LaFond, and it throws incomplete. LaFond had broken into the clear, beat double coverage that time. Had Terrell Brooks and Derek Kingsby back there defensively. Josh LaFond.
That was a pretty good throw. LaFond kind of acted like he didn't see the ball. I don't know if he lost it in the lights or what. Maybe I couldn't tell how far away it was, but it seemed to me that he didn't make the effort to get the ball the way he should have.
A big play receiver, 5 receptions, 160 yards, a 32-yard average this season, a pair of touchdowns for LaFond.
Well, if that's a pattern runs, you can understand that.
2nd and 10 from the 41 of Morse Marshall. Dowry gets the call, wants to bounce it outside left, breaks a tackle, gets it across the line of scrimmage, short of the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play for Saquon Dowry.
Dowry makes the first guy miss a lot. Keontae May finally brought him down, but he did beat the first guy.
Rushed for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Bradley Tech. 3rd and 5 upcoming now for the King Generals. We're just underway, 2nd quarter, 6-0 King. This time they'll work from the I formation. Movement up front. Travell Wooten jumped the neutral zone, but was he drawn? Offside, the call on Wooten, the junior defensive tackle. Number 71, jumping the neutral zone.
That changes it to 3rd and 1 rather than 3rd and 6. That's a lot. That's a huge difference there.
Well, actually, both he and
I think they went on a delayed count and they both jumped.
Monroe also guilty of that neutral zone infraction. So just short of the first down. So 3rd and 1 because of the penalty. Ball at the 32. Davis rolling out. Davis inside the 30. Still on his feet down to the 28-yard line before he's finally wrestled down. Will pick up the first down for the King Generals. Another First Bank first down for King.
Michael Harris made the stop. He had a lot of help there. But Davis, again, shows you that his ability to run is really a threat as he gets out on the edge with the opportunity to run and throw. He can be dangerous.
1st and 10 from the Eagle 28-yard line.
Empty backfield again.
Yep, 5 receivers set, 3 to the far side. They'll check down the play off the wristbands. Davis, 2-step drop, wants to throw it. Short hops the intended receiver, Anton Ricks, incomplete. It was a forward pass. You're always afraid on those behind-the-line passes that could be ruled a lateral.
Well, and Marshall almost got a hand on it. The play is probably a little more effective from the shotgun where the quarterback is a little bit deeper and doesn't have to worry about that pass being a fumble if he throws it parallel or backwards.
Our anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights, available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Lights link. Second and 10 from the 28. Davis wants to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. That's going to be an interference call, I believe, as Josh LaFond was the intended receiver, was pushed a good 8 yards out of bounds and then tried to come back in immediately. The mea culpa look by Terrell Brooks, but clearly pushed him out of bounds while he was running his route. And again, in high school, if you make contact with a receiver, if he's the intended target or not, it's going to be called interference.
Well, yeah. I don't know if they called interference or holding because they might have, the way he pushed him out of bounds, he almost had a hold of him. And I don't know if the ball was in the air quite yet to be interference, but it doesn't matter. Either way, it's a big penalty, and certainly what would happen was illegal.
Well, let's take one more look here. I'm sorry. Don't have it on the replay, but you could see LaFond
was right in front of us, so we had a good view of it. You could see something was going on there.
I thought for a moment there, Mike McGivern was going to get a player interview there for a moment with LaFond. That's how far out of bounds he went.
Yeah, right.
Single back is Dowry. With the penalty, 1st and 10, ball moved to the 15-yard line. Two-step to LaFond. LaFond inside the 10, taking tacklers with him down to the 5-yard line. 10-yard pickup for Josh LaFond, the flanker for the King Generals.
Yeah, that was well done. Terrell Brooks got a hold of him, but it was a little bit too late. He was 10 yards down the field already. A little what we call a pop pass. You just come up and pop it to the tight end, and nobody's there.
1st and goal from the 5. Again,
Fade.
looking for fade for LaFond. Could not hang on to it, incomplete. Again, defended out there by Terrell Brooks. I think LaFond and Brooks are going to get to know each other quite well by the end of tonight, as he's drawn the single coverage as we get another look.
Right. Again, he just throw it to the corner of the field and he tried to get position, and he had it until he hit the ground. They really like that pass. They have a great running game. I'm not sure I would throw it that many times if I was them, but they see their kids every day. They know what they want.
Dowry the single back. Davis will keep it. Davis inside the 5, and he stood up there. Forward progress stopped at the 3. So sets up 3rd and goal here for the Generals.
Just a little quarterback keeper, but the defended pretty well by Marshall. They've got the goal line defense in there. They got packed in pretty tight. There's not a lot of room to run inside. I think more off the edge and off tackles where I see a pretty good sized gap. They got.
They'll spot it at the 3, 3rd and goal for King. And a timeout taken by the Generals here. We'll stop play with 8.5 minutes to go here in our first half. Each team using a timeout here in this first half. King, by way of penalty, able to make their way down the field here on this drive.
Yeah, they've had a little help from Marshall. They certainly don't need help. Marshall doesn't want to help them anymore, I'm sure. It's been an interesting game. Both teams have really good athletes and can cover a lot of ground. It's more been mistakes that have made the difference in the game right now, and a couple drop passes in the end zone probably hurt King a little bit. But I like what I see. I think both teams are pretty well coached. They have their plan down well, and they're doing a good job executing it.
Let's go downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, here with the athletic director for Rufus King, Jeremy Nichols. He's an alumni from King. First and foremost, thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for having us on TV. This is great.
You bet. Hey, you have 20 teams over at Milwaukee King, and being organized probably the biggest part of your job.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a lot of kids. We've had over 400 athletes for the fall. During the school year, we have over 800 kids playing sports.
I had a chance to meet one of them, George Apkin, and if you have more kids like him at your school, it's a good school.
You know, George Akpan is just a great representative for our school in general. Great in the classroom, great on the football field, just dedicated all around, and an outstanding person.
Jeremy, I hear nothing but good things about you. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Good job by Jeremy as they roll out by Davis. Davis still on his feet, and he's hammered just short of the goal line.
Now there's that speed I talked about just a minute ago, where he had a little rollout bootleg to the left, and Michael Harris comes up and makes a good play. But there's a lot of with speed you can recover well on a play like this, a misdirection play, and Marshall really did that and upended him right there. Excellent tackle.
So 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. King will go for it here. Dowry the single back.
Well, I see Lewandowski out here, so I would imagine they're going to throw that fade out to him.
Ickerman lined up as a wing, along with Anton Ricks. Exactly what you called, Coach. The fade to Lewandowski hangs on for touchdown. King Generals. 2nd touchdown catch tonight for Jordan Lewandowski.
Well,
His
Deion
3rd
Jones
of
is
the
out there
season.
defending him. When you throw that pass perfectly, there's not a lot of defender can do other than interfere with him. And this was very well thrown to the outside. He came back and was able to get it. What happened to Jones? He got turned around and lost track of the ball, and he couldn't find it in time.
Great job by Lewandowski to bring that in with the left hand and pull it in for the reception. Once again, they'll go for 2. Davis.
I'd look for a run up the middle.
Let's see. Have Dowry, LaFond.
Quarterback draw. No, he's going to go outside.
He'll try and bounce it outside, and he'll get it in for the 2-point conversion. 14-0 King Generals. As the drive aided by 4 Morse Marshall penalties that kept the drive going here for King. And really the big one that set them up in the red zone was the interference call interfering with LaFond. That set them up in the red zone.
Well, it was interesting in the pregame show, and Mike McGivern was interviewing the coaches. The coach from Coach Hawkins from Morse Marshall was talking about the fact that he has a co-op team, and this week 25 of his players didn't make it to practice because the bus didn't pick them up. Now I know he's not. I don't believe he's making excuses. That's a fact of having a co-op team, and maybe some of those mistakes are a result of not having kids at practice all the time. It's certainly a tough situation. As an old coach, I wouldn't want to put up with 25 players not being able to be there.
Jones and May are standing deep. Peter Garvey does the kickoffs. They also have Charles Roberts, who at times will kick the point after. But Garvey does all the kickoffs here for the Generals. And this will be taken and dropped by Kingsby. And ball on the turf. And that play not going anywhere as Kingsby lost control of that football.
Justin MacArthur got down to make the play on that. Certainly dropping the ball through the timing off of any kind of return, and King was able to cover it very well. Again, looked like he might have had his eye down the field rather than looking at the ball, trying to see where the defense was.
Good coverage that time by Justin MacArthur for King coming in. So Morse Marshall from their own 21-yard line. 1st and 10, trailing by 2 scores. Again, they'll set up the I formation. Smith the fullback. Terry Island will be the tailback. Thornton wants to throw. Going to heave it up here to the near side. Ball up for grabs, and it's brought down and caught by Cavantrell Ellis, the senior split end, going up against 2 defenders that time. Keyshawn Stewart, the primary defender that time, but it was Ellis who won the jump ball out near the 44-yard line.
Well, that's exactly what I was just going to say. It looked like a jump ball to me, and he got some good hops. He got up there and made a nice catch. Jordan Thornton is not showing as strong an arm as in the game as he does it in the warm-up. He's a little bit off balance. Got to get his feet up under him, but we had a penalty flag. Looks like this is coming back.
All the way back behind the line of scrimmage, there's that lone penalty marker laying in the turf, holding against Morse Marshall, so take away that beautiful 23-yard reception by Cavantrell Ellis. But you can see, again, very good athlete and leading receiver last season, also plays some basketball for Morse Marshall.
He's a good player. You can see why he's effective in basketball. He really can get up.
Well, the penalty sets up a 1st and 20 now for Morse Marshall on the holding call. Back at the 11-yard line. They'll pitch it back to Island. Island trying to get the corner on the right side. Gets to the sideline short of the 20-yard line. May have gotten about the 17. Gain of about 6 on the play on the toss sweep that time to the right side.
Well, Island's got a good burst and got outside, but Sharif Sow got out there and knocked him out of bounds, made the play.
I beg your pardon, that was Keontae May in at running back, the sophomore that time taking the pitch. My mistake. May is going to run tailback here with Kewan Smith running fullback during this series.
Yeah, May played a lot last year. He had a TD last year. He had carried the ball 40 times for 160 yards, so he's an experienced runner as well.
Kewan Smith for 5 gets back to the original line of scrimmage to the 21-yard line. First carry of the night for the junior fullback, 5'9", 150-pounder. A little fullback blast that time right up the middle.
Just a little quick turn and give to the fullback. It looks like it's going to go to the tailback, but it's the element of surprise. He gets into that A gap and gets up the field. Well, they got a manageable situation here, 3rd and 9. See if they can come up with another pass pattern. You got Ellis out here on
5-step drop. Thornton look left, now back right, now comes back over the middle, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Terrell Brooks, the flanker, running a little post route that time over the middle of the field, could not connect. Ball a little bit overthrown that time by Thornton. We told you he throws a pretty good ball.
Right, that was a good throw there. He had him open on a little post pattern, coming back over the middle, but just overthrew him a little bit. Another thing you notice about Marshall, they have a lot of guys going both ways. And Mike talked about they were tired earlier on defense. Part of that is the fact that they are playing both ways. So
4th and 9. Third time tonight, the Eagles will be forced to punt.
Almost got a block last time. We'll see if King goes after it again.
May gets it away, end over end kick. He picked up Davis. Across his own 40, met at the 45, gets forward out to the 47-yard line. Return of about 8 yards that time for Davis. Josh Dixon brought him down on special teams for Morse Marshall. So again, good field position here for the King Generals midway through our second quarter here at Custer Stadium.
Well, Josh Dixon got down real well on that punt. He overran it a little bit, but when Davis changed direction, he was able to come back and make the play from behind.
Saquon Dowry will be the single back.
Marshall needs a turnover. They need to make a play and see if they can get this ball back.
Give us to Dowry. Dowry met behind the line. Good job up front that time. Moore, Wooten, Lauren Monroe, the 4 men up front.
Yeah.
It was Terrell Wooten who got the original shot that time on Dowry for the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
It looked like he ran into a wall there. He just stopped suddenly and was down. That was a great play by Travell Wooten on defense.
Get another look here.
Here it is right here. You can see right there. It just goes backwards immediately. A little bit of grabbing. Needs a little more wrap up and put him on the ground, but otherwise it was good defense.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Again, they'll empty the backfield here. 3 receivers split here to the near side. A bunch formation here out of the triplets. Now the blitz is coming. Davis able to get away. Hoists it up. Lewandowski is out there. Had it. Lost it. Incomplete. He snuck again behind Jones, the defender. The ball went right through his hands. Incomplete.
Well, you got two things going on there. They had great pressure on the quarterback and forced him out of the pocket. He was spinning around trying to get his feet under him. And then at the same time, Lewandowski's down the field. He got Jones turned around and almost got away from him and made that catch. It was good pressure by the defense. And then fortunate situation for Morse Marshall on the drop there on the long throw.
So it sets up 3rd and 11. The ball at the general 46-yard line. Dowry at single back. LaFon split here to the near side. Ikumen lined up in a slot near side. They're going to come back to LaFon. Makes the catch. They're going to try the old hook and lateral play that time, but nothing doing as he was swamped immediately by Terrell Brooks, who was right there to wrap up and prevent the pitch coming back to the outside man.
Yeah, well, there's only one way to defend that, and that's when the guy catches the ball, you got to grab him, you got to tackle him around his arm so he can't pitch it, and that's exactly what he did. I don't know if he meant to do that, but they had it pretty well set up. And if he had been able to pitch it to Dowry, it probably would have been a touchdown.
Garvey will come on to punt. First punt of the night here for King. Terrell Brooks along with Jones back to receive and just got that one away. Good pressure. Brooks will let it bounce and he'll get away from it. Penalty marker thrown as the ball rolls dead at the 18-yard line. But a penalty marker back here at the Marshall 40-yard line.
I didn't see what was going on with holding or what it was. All I saw was the flag at the end of the play. Holding.
Holding. It's going to be on Morse Marshall.
So that'll back up another 10 yards.
Yep, we'll take the 10 yards from the spot of the football. And we will take our break here. 4:11 to play first half. King Generals in front. 14-0 King over the Morse Marshall Eagles. An Anthem Blue Cross Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's. It's our Thursday Night Lights fan cam presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, now that's better. King Palm squad here, helping us celebrate our high school game of the week this week. Our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's with Mike McGivern and Dick Basham. John Weiser back with you. Custer Stadium, 14-0. King on top of the Morse Marshall Eagles. Ball back at the 9-yard line following the holding call on that punt. And this is Island with the carry. Island with a nice run. Out across his own 10, short of the 15-yard line.
Well, his shadow was out there to tackle him again, Lindsey Hudson. He bounces that play outside, but then nobody can catch up with Hudson, and he makes the tackle, but not after a 6-yard gain. So that's a successful play for Marshall. They need to get a march here and see if they can get a score before the halftime. That would make him. That would put him in good position for the second half, I think, if they can do that.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 14. Island again bouncing it right side. Gets the first down and more across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. Good surge that time on the right side by Terry Island. Finally brought down by Roberts and Hudson for King.
Well, he's got that nice little bounce move. That's something that's pretty natural. It's hard to teach that. It's kind of a jump stop and then bounce outside. You see that little hesitation right there. But there you see Lindsey Hudson. That guy is he's like the Energizer Bunny. He's everywhere, you know.
I know you talked to Coach
He's
Tom
not much
Wozniak.
bigger than the Energizer Bunny either.
I know the quote from Wozniak was all over the field,
Right.
and it's proving true here tonight. This time they give it to Jones, and Jones met in the backfield for a loss. Deion Jones.
Donovan Nathaniel makes the play in the backfield. That was a nice play there.
Here's Coach Wozniak for the King Generals looking on. Get another look at this play here to the fullback.
Right there, yep. Erased him, so to speak.
Nathaniel, a 6'1", 210-pound junior. One of the excellent students here at King as well. 3.0 grade point averages. Jones with some running
That's
room,
a
and he's
problem
loose.
right there.
Jones to midfield. Jones to the 40, the 30.
Nice cut.
Davis, the one man
That
to beat,
was
won't
sweet.
catch him. See you later. Jones in the house. Touchdown, Morse
Flag.
Marshall. But a penalty
Got
marker.
a penalty flag.
Penalty marker back at the line of scrimmage, and I believe this one will be erased.
Oh, that's too bad. That was a great run.
79-yard run, and I believe it's coming back for a hold. Our Conan Smith penalty flag once again erasing a big play for the Eagles. This was all Jones once he broke free. One man to beat was
He makes a great
Davis.
cut right here. Keyshawn Davis ready to make the play. He makes a cut back. Takes it to the house. It's really too bad. That was a great effort.
Scott Hawkins not happy at all. While they march off this penalty, we'll go back to our third member of our crew, Mike McGivern, down on the sideline.
Hey, guys, on the sideline with Patrick Yost, Dr. Patrick Yost. I'm just telling you, he looks like he's in high school. Doc, how are you?
I'm great.
He's with Milwaukee Orthopedic. He's the doctor for Milwaukee King. So far, so good. You've been real slow tonight.
Yeah, luckily kids are healthy.
Yeah, that's the way we want it.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, thanks a lot for your time.
Hey, my pleasure.
Patrick Yost, doctor.
You're right. Wow, that guy.
Doogie Howser. Thornton drops back, wants to throw, looking here to the near side.
Oh,
Had it, lost it, incomplete. Cavantrell Ellis, the intended receiver.
well, that's that jump ball pass again, but nobody can out-jump him. It's too bad he couldn't come down on his feet. He probably could have gained some more yardage on this.
Beautiful pass once again by Thornton, though, and another jump ball, and it was the basketball ability that time by Ellis going up. You can see Davis
Yeah, the frustration.
mistimed his
yeah.
jump. So big gain out to the 49. 1st and 10, Morse Marshall. Out of the I formation. And the play will be
Somebody
whistled
moved.
dead. Penalty on the play. Well, they had the 79-yard run taken away by penalty. Another penalty here after getting a nice jump ball reception here by Cavantrell Ellis.
Yeah, it's unfortunate all these penalties. It kind of detracts from the game, but they're penalties that are pretty obvious. You can't let them go. So Marshall needs to clean up their act a little bit. Now, they seem to be their own worst enemy right now.
1st and 15 from the 40-yard line. They'll pitch. We'll go back to Island. Island had trouble with it. Got a block. Island down the far sideline. Out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Got that nice block just at the point of attack across the line of scrimmage on that right side. And a nice burst of speed for the big play for Morse Marshall.
Well, Shamun Gordon made the tackle and saved it for him. It was just a little toss to the outside. He almost didn't get the handle. The nice burst once he gets the corner, and there you can see Gordon knock him out of bounds. And there was that little guy, Lindsey Hudson, down there again.
Keontae May on the carry, and it was brought down by Hudson, and a timeout taken here. We'll take a break here to remind you that CW18 is TV to talk about every weeknight at 5 and 5:30. You can catch all the laughs with classic episodes of 2.5 Men, one of my favorite shows. I love watching that show. It's at a new time. And then don't miss Family Feud with Steve Harvey as your host at 6 and 6:30. Our survey says laugh evenings 5 nights a week right here on Milwaukee CW18.
Guys from Milwaukee, Washington, coming to watch the game tonight. We have them on next week against Pulaski.
That'll be our next broadcast next Thursday night from Pulaski Field on Milwaukee's south side. Pulaski and Milwaukee, Washington. Be sure to listen to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz Scoreboard Show Friday nights at 7 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. You'll get updates and scores from all the key high school football games in the area.
Had a chance to see Coach Hawkins there talking to his players. Very enthusiastic guy. He's a kindergarten teacher in Clark School in Milwaukee. Comes up to Marshall and does his coaching. He's been around quite a while. He coached at Custer. Actually was coached at King for a while and was at Marshall before.
So the 32-yard run by Keontae May sets up Morse Marshall here, 1st and 10 at the King 28-yard line. The pitch will come back to the tailback. Island breaks the tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Swarming defense that time. It was Davis who got the initial lick that time on Island. Stood him up, and Keyshawn Stewart finally able to bring him down.
Well, that was a little dance that he did there to get himself back to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, it would have been about a 5-yard gain. But that toss play has been effective going to the right. It hasn't been quite as effective going to the left.
Island out. Keontae May in now at tailback. Smith the fullback. 2nd down and 8. This is May, that same play. Now try to cut it back inside, and again was cut off. Nice play out there by the linebacker. It might have been, again, Keyshawn Davis that turned him back inside, and Trey Conway was able to come up and make the tackle.
Yeah, Lewandowski did a good job of stringing it out, but I think May realized he should have cut it up a little bit sooner, but it was a little bit too slippery and greasy, and he couldn't make the cut.
Another timeout taken here by Morse Marshall. They're down to 1 remaining here in this first half.
Well, this is a big down. They got 3rd and about 8 to go. So they don't want to waste this opportunity. This is the best scoring opportunity they've had. They'd like to make something out of it. I've seen a lot of big plays in this game, both offensively and defensively. And when you have this many good athletes on the field, and it's a big field, there's going to be a lot of wide open play, and it makes it for an exciting game.
Now this King defense, very stingy. You look at their first 4 ball games. They have not given up a touchdown in a first quarter this year. That string continues. So you get a look at Dave Ford's ride in tonight.
I didn't see it.
The My-24 van.
Oh, the van. Oh, okay. I wasn't looking at the monitor.
He drives around in that thing all the. You can't miss him. He's all over town in that van.
Yeah. I just got it fixed. You know, it got dinged up down at Kenosha when we were down there, I guess.
Not supposed to
I
say
wasn't supposed to say that? Oh, okay. Hope he doesn't lose his job over that.
3rd down and 8. Again, they'll work the I formation. Thornton wants to change the play. Big down here for the Eagles. Thornton to throw, wants to put it up. Heaves it near side, passes short, deflected through the defender, nearly caught.
Gordon almost had it.
Wow. And Ellis nearly caught the pass. It went through Gordon, the defender, for King. As we get another look here, double deflection, and he nearly got 6 out of it.
Got to get that ball in the air a little bit sooner. He's out. Ellis is out running his arm. We need to throw a little bit sooner.
So 4th down and 8. Ball at the King 25-yard line. Again, they'll put May in at tailback. Now they'll break him out, throw him into a slot to the right side. So they'll go with 4 receivers. Double slot with a single back, the fullback Smith. Thornton gonna throw. Has a man out there. It is dropped, incomplete. Had the man out there. I believe that was May, Cantes May, who also lost his helmet in the process. As we take another look, May was lined up as the wideout to the far side.
Again, Paul's a little bit underthrown. He was open, he was behind the defense. Just got to air it out a little bit longer. And Davis and Weber made the play to break it up.
So King will take over on downs on their own 25-yard line. 50 seconds to go in this first half. Keyshawn Davis, you see there, checking down that wristband play. A first bank first down here for the King Generals. And Dowry bounces it out to the outside. And pulled down, face mask call going to be called here on the defender, Terrell Brooks, who brought him down. It's because Davis is such sneaky fast, 5'9", 185.
Yeah.
Boy, he is a load to bring down. Low center of gravity. Has that shoulder lean that you like in a running back. And this will be a personal foul face mask here against Morse Marshall. They've been their own worst enemy here in this first half.
They really have. It's unfortunate. If they can get that corrected, I think they can get back in this game. Maybe they're only down 2 scores. See, a little bit tackling too high. You got to get in there, get in their waist in the middle of their body.
So 15 yards after the run, moves the football out to the 43-yard line. First and 10 Generals. They have 1 timeout remaining, 35 seconds to go here in the half. Davis wants to throw. Lewandowski out far side, through his fingertips, incomplete again. Snuck behind Jones, the defender, for Morse Marshall.
Couldn't quite find the handle on that. He turned, threw it to the outside. Lewandowski had to spin around to find the ball and couldn't quite bring it in.
Deion Jones getting a workout tonight. He's been locked up with Lewandowski most of the night. Jones going at 6 foot even. Lewandowski 6'1", so
it's a good match.
Second down and 10. Clock stopped. 26 seconds to go in the half. Here comes the blitz. They try and set up the screen, and it well overthrown, incomplete, intended for Anton Ricks, and lucky that was not picked off. That could have been a pick six the other way.
Yeah, Terry Island was out there, and if the ball had been down, he might have had a shot at it because they were all over that play. I've seen that too many times, I think, tonight.
Clock stopped. 21 seconds to go here in the half.
Well, King's not putting the brakes on. They're going for it, so got to give them credit there.
Ickelman lined up in a wing here to the near side. The handoff will go to Dowry. Ran into his own blocker that time. That was George Akpin. Bounced off of him. They bring up 4th down, and I believe Morse Marshall will take their final timeout here with 15 seconds to play and force a punt.
Yeah, Michael Harris made the tackle on that last play, but they're going to force him to punt. I go for the block. I'd put 10 guys up there and go for the block and see if I can get lucky or maybe get a score out of it.
Well, coming into tonight's game, King had only punted the ball just 3 times in their first 4 ball games.
Yeah. They've done well on offense, and their defense has gotten it back for them a lot. But the punt's a very important play, and it's a play that can cost you if you don't do it very well. So I know talking to the coaches this week, they had 2 different punters they were talking about. Right now, Garvey has been doing the punting. And I know it's been a little bit of concern for him.
King Generals off to a 3-0 start. They beat Milwaukee Pulaski and Reagan 54-13 in week 1. Defeated South Division 35-6. And then last week shut out their arch rival Bradley Tech 40-0. And again, story in the Milwaukee paper as well as on WSSP. When was the last time that King had defeated Bradley Tech? I think he had to go all the way back to the either late 90s or early 2000s season, I believe, was the last time they were able to beat Bradley Tech. So 4th down, Garvey to kick. Terrell Brooks back. They nearly blocked it. Short punt. It will bounce at the 30. take a general roll down near the 21-yard line and will roll dead there.
Have a chance to run one play.
39-yard punt that time by the Generals. 4 seconds left. Well, they've nearly connected on a couple of jump balls tonight.
Well, I'd get the ball to Kevantrell Ellis and see what he can do with it.
We'll see how Scott Hawkins wants to play this final 4 seconds here with his team trailing by 14. And our Think Pink night tonight. Fans in the stands for both teams wearing pink to honor breast cancer awareness. Now King will take their final timeout here to defend what they think will be some sort of a deep pass. Head coach Tom Wozniak there. I don't think he had enough men on the field. That might have been the problem. He was counting people up, and I'd hate to be that 11th guy right now. Coaches don't like that. You know
Marshall
that.
had 12 guys in the field, and that's where I think the problem was. King couldn't match up with them. They should have got a penalty for having 12 in the huddle, but that got by the officials on that one. The only penalty that got by him tonight. Well, Keyshawn Davis is not on the field. It's understandable. He's been in on every play of the half, and I think he thought maybe the half was over after the punt.
He was on the sideline here.
I hope these guys that are playing both ways are getting a lot of water, because in the second half they're going to have some cramp problems if they're not.
You want to have your best defender back there, particularly if this is going to go to Kevantrell Ellis. So they'll spread everybody out here. Final seconds of our first half here at Custer Stadium. King will rush 4. Thornton is going to go down for the sack. Thornton sacked on the play. Corey Bias, his second sack tonight. Bias, a 6-foot senior, will end this first half in a big way for the King Generals as they shut out Morse Marshall here through the first 24 minutes. So Bias doing his job, coming up the middle for the sack. And the Generals will head to the locker room leading by 2 scores. Our first half in the books here from Custer Stadium. Our anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's. King 14, Morse Marshall nothing. I-24's Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights halftime report is sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin, brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. 14-0, King on top of Morse Marshall here tonight from Custer Stadium in Milwaukee. Let's head downstairs to Mike McGivern with Trooper Sebastian Martinez.
Hey guys, I'm here with Sebastian Martinez, Trooper Martinez. First of all, thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
Hey, we talk each week about Zero in Wisconsin and what we can do as drivers. Let's talk about teenage drivers, sir, and young drivers and first-year drivers, what they can do to help you get to that goal of Zero in Wisconsin.
Well, it's really simple. All we need them to do is make those smart, simple decisions of buckling up, slowing down, just being aware of their overall environment, and of course, just driving sober.
Yeah, obviously that's pretty good advice. As far as the older people like me, just buckling up, making sure that I'm paying attention. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and of course, when I say paying attention, a lot of people are distracted by cell phones these days, whether it's answering a phone call or texting. So we encourage people to, if they're going to use their phone, to find a safe spot on the side of the highway, conduct their phone business on the side of the highway, and then get on with their journey without causing any disruption with traffic.
I really appreciate all the good work that you do for our area. He's down in the Racine area. In fact, he's a Carthage grad. So, Mr. Weiser, I'm sure you're happy with that. Back to you boys up in the booth.
All right, Mike. Yes, sir. Sebastian Martinez, Carthage College graduate. Sebastian Martinez, our Wisconsin State Trooper interview. So, halftime here tonight, 14-0, King on top. We will take a break. Back with more right after this on My 24. It's our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights, presented by Wendy's Halftime Report, sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin, brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. King on top of Milwaukee Morse Marshall by a score of 14-0. Well, the great folks from First Bank Financial Center could not be with us here at Custer Stadium tonight, but Dave Sutton, the Retail Wealth Management and Vice President, sent along this message.
I am Dave Sutton, Vice President of Retail Banking and Wealth Management at First Bank Financial Center. We are a proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights high school football. As a community bank serving southeastern Wisconsin for over 153 years, we emphasize the local communities that we serve. We have great customer service, local decision making, bankers that know our customers by their name. We volunteer, live, and work within the communities that we serve. First Bank Financial Center is the #1 community bank small business lender in the entire state of Wisconsin, and we have local servicing. We've also been awarded as the top workplace for 3 years running. With these successes, we've recently expanded, adding locations in Brookfield, Mequon, and coming soon to Grafton. We will be here supporting Thursday Night Lights, so stop by our booth and say hi. Enjoy the game.
We head downstairs, I should say, to the commish, Mike McGivern with Bill Molbeck.
Yeah, I'm not the commish. He's the commish. Commissioner of Athletics, MPS, Bill Molbeck, thanks for having us tonight.
Hey, it's a great pleasure to host.
Yeah, well, in fact, we'll have another game with you next week, and again, we appreciate that. First couple weeks of the year, how are things going for you?
So far, everything's going good. You know, the fall season, it just goes really quick. It's not like that winter season. We're halfway through with football already after this week.
Yeah, no doubt. With basketball coming, as we talked about off the air, it's kind of a year-round deal. A lot of stuff going on with the WIA, a lot of stuff with basketball as well. And football with only eight games in the regular season, that does shorten it a little bit.
Yes, it does. Like I said, it makes it go really, really quick and makes each game that much more important.
Yeah, this is a good crowd tonight, well-behaved crowd. What the transition then from fall to winter, what is the biggest thing for you during that time?
I think it's just the whole organization of dealing with what's going on right now, along with getting ready, officials and our building managers and everything else that's going to be happening once we go inside.
I talked to Jeremy Nichols, the athletic director at Rufus King. Boy, what a sharp young guy he is. And if you've got athletic directors like that all over the city, you guys are doing well and in good shape.
Yeah, Jeremy does a good job. We've had a big turnover in our athletic directors in the last 3 or 4 years, but a lot of young teachers and staff that are doing a great job for us.
You bet. Bill, thanks again. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, big thank you to Bill Molbeck and the folks at MPS for allowing us to come to you here Thursday night here from Custer Stadium in Milwaukee. Generals leading over the Morse Marshall Eagles 14-0. We'll have our highlight package, be back with some stats, talk about the first half, and set you up for second half action here at Custer Stadium. All of that coming up right after this on My 24. And welcome back to our Thursday Night Lights halftime report, sponsored by Zero in Wisconsin, brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Pair of touchdown receptions by Jordan Lewandowski. That's the difference in our ball game tonight. 14-0 King over Morse Marshall. As we get set to take a look at our highlight package, we're going to start out first looking at the King defense.
Yeah, all right. This is tackled by Corey Bias in the backfield. Did a great job there. Here's Thornton making a throw to receiver, picked off by Weber from King. Did a nice job. Came a long ways to get that pass. Got a little return on it. Here you can see Keyshawn Davis, their quarterback, on the run. Throw here to Lewandowski in the end zone, but he doesn't able to hold on to it. He does catch 2 more after that, but defended by Deion Jones there. Here's Thornton, the quarterback, trying to run and gets wiped out pretty bad by the defense. Here's the pass to Lewandowski. Gets that one both feet in bounds. There's Saquon Dowry, running back. You can see got the short pistons. He keeps them driving. Very good inside runner. There's another throw to Lewandowski for the second touchdown. Nice catch there. And This is a hitch and pitch play. There's a running back you don't see in the picture who's going to pitch it to him right there, Dowry. But Marshall defends that very well. A little toss to Cavantes May. Takes it down the sideline, almost breaks it to the knocked out of bounds by Shimon Gordon. Thornton again on the throw, throws a jump ball down to his receiver, Cavantre Ellis, and it goes up above everybody and makes the play. Here's the stats. It's a little closer than I thought it would be. King's 120 yards to 90 for Marshall. Marshall's got the running yardage, not so well on the passing yardage. Same thing for King. Turnovers only one apiece. Got 10 and 5 in the first downs. That makes sense based on the yardage for King.
And what doesn't show up, though, are the penalty yardage against the Eagles tonight. They have has really hurt their progress, particularly on offense tonight.
Yeah, if we had penalty yardage up there, it'd probably be about 80 to 10 maybe. So hopefully they can get that corrected, talk it over at halftime, catch some breath, everybody's fresh and ready to go.
Well, set up the second half. What are we going to look for on both of these teams?
Well, I think Marshall's going to continue to run the ball. They had good success there late in the second quarter. Use the pass effectively, try not to get themselves into predictable situations where King knows that they have to throw. I think for King, they're going to keep, they got the pretty wide open offense. They're going to run it and throw it a little bit both. Probably mistakes will make a difference in the second half if Marshall can cut down the mistakes and they can make King make a couple mistakes. Maybe they can get back in the ball game and take a run at it.
And keep the Hankies in the officials' pocket.
Yeah, I know. You don't come to the game to watch the officials, but they have a job to do, and I can't say that they're overdoing it. That's just there are penalties, and they've called them.
All right, we've set up the second half for you. King pitching a shutout through the first half. 14-0. Generals on top of the Eagles. Back with third quarter action right after this. Just about set for third quarter play. Before we get started, we want to take this opportunity to thank the great folks at Milwaukee High Lift for helping bring these great pictures to you tonight. They provided this scissor lift for our cameras tonight, so for any aerial platform need, rental, sales, or service, call the great folks at Milwaukee High Lift or visit them online at MilwaukeeHighLift.com. Jordan Lewandowski with a pair of touchdown grabs, a couple of nice touchdown receptions tonight for the King Generals, and that's the difference in our ball game. As King made their way back onto the field here, we're just about set for the start of third quarter action. And you talk about this King football program, and how can we neglect the fact that Lance Kendricks, the great Wisconsin tight end, was the #1 pick for the St. Louis Rams.
Well, let me give you another interesting statistic. 40 years ago, this weekend, it was my first year at Marquette, we played the #1 team in the state. And we were fortunate to beat that team 13-0. Now, there may be a few old timers out there who know this, but not many. The #1 team in the state back in 1972 was Rufus King. They had a 32-game winning streak. Jerry Zunk was their coach. They had a great quarterback by the name of Gary Pinkerton. And we were fortunate. We intercepted 2 passes and ran back for touchdowns. It's not like we had a great juggernaut. And ended that streak. But it shows you how things have changed over the years. They have a quality team this year, certainly not as good as that team was back then, but they had a 32-game streak, and I think that's pretty interesting.
Got that reminder to get this started from my brother-in-law, David Long, one of the teachers up at King High School, reminded me. He says, hey, we're going to have that football game. He says, remember Lance Kendricks from the Badgers? He started here.
Yeah. Well, they've had a lot of good athletes at King.
Well, we want to remind you, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. You can log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You'll find our schedule, complete game videos and photos. You can even post your own photos and join the Thursday Night Lights conversation on Facebook or Twitter. That's my24milwaukee.com. Put in a good tweet for us tonight. Do you know how to do that? I don't know how to do that.
No, I don't do that.
I'm not
Facebook.
I'm not a tweeter, Twitter, whatever.
I might be a twit, but I'm not a tweeter.
No, that's my line. That's my line.
Oh, okay.
King will receive the football here to start our second half. Deshaun Davis standing deep. Also back there, For the Generals, Dowry, transferring from St. Francis High School. Coach Wozniak talking things over on the sideline.
Computer science teacher. He's talking to Brent Scott, his defensive coordinator. They're a former player of mine. Really does a great job coaching here at King.
Dowry picks up the short kick, takes it across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So good field position here for the Generals to get things started in our second half. Willett, Harris, MacArthur, Ackman, and Henderson, the men up front for King on that offensive line. So we get another look here at that scoop and the short return.
Kick, Dowry picks it up. Nice tackle. Didn't get the number of who made that hit, but it was a good hit. Terrell Wooten was there, but I didn't see who the other guy was.
Slot left, slot right. 4 receivers in this particular set for King. The single back is Dowry. Out of the pistol. Davis with some room. Across the 35-40. Gets out across his own 45-yard line before he's finally tackled there. Michael Harris. He's been busy tonight. Harris with the tackle, but a first down for the Generals.
Yeah, Harris had 4 tackles in the first half. Davis finds himself in the open field, but all of a sudden Harris comes out of nowhere and makes the play.
Again, First Bank Financial Center, our first down sponsor this season. First Bank Financial Center. Discover the community bank difference.
Double slot again. Double twins, depending how you look at it.
Dowry the single back. Davis this time. Going to run option. A speed option to the right. Has some running room across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Wrapped up at the 49-yard line. Malik Monroe, defensive end over there on that side, able to make the stop.
I think what King is trying to do here, this double slot formation, forces Marshall to spread their defense out, and it softens the corner a little bit. By that I mean it moves the back a little bit, and they're just taking the ball to the quarterback and running to the outside, and wide receivers are trying to get a block and make room to run.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Ball at the 48-yard line. Davis going to throw. Lewandowski, the intended target, underthrown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kingsby.
Yeah.
Kingsby returning it across the 25, out to the 35, and wrapped up short of the 40-yard line. Second turnover tonight for the King Generals. They fumbled earlier in the first quarter, and this time it's a pick from Davis, taken away by Derek Kingsby, the free safety.
Well, he's the center fielder, the free safety, and the ball was thrown down the hash mark. It was an easy play for him. A little bit too high and too long.
Timed his leap perfectly that time.
And nice return as well.
Davis finally got the initial hit and then brought down at the 38-yard line. So 1st and 10 Eagles at their own 38-yard line.
Well, here's their chance right here to get back in the game right away.
They'll go out of the I formation. Penalty marker down as Island will take it around the left side. Island with a big gain. Close to a first down, pickup of 9, dragged down by Keyshawn Davis, but the penalty marker flying once again, our Conan Smith penalty flag.
This penalty is very interesting because it happened on the wide receiver out there, number 2. He was talking to the official about whether he was on the line or off the line. The official was signaling to him, and he didn't see it. Usually the official will just say on or off, but he was waving his hand to him, and the player was looking down the field, so he didn't see what was going on. There you see the run right there. But it was for naught.
So 5-yard penalty. While they march that one off, we'll remind you Wendy's will be giving away a free Frosty to students who show their student ID when purchasing a combo meal at any of our participating Wendy's locations in southeast Wisconsin. So 5-yard walk-off against the Eagles takes off a nice 9-yard run by Island, makes it a 1st and 15 instead of 2nd and 1. Smith, the fullback, Island, the tailback. Island again, left side, big hole across the 40, 45, and finally brought down short of midfield.
Yeah,
Lindsey Hudson, who we featured in our pregame, making the tackle for the Generals, and a 14-yard, nearly 15-yard pickup by Island.
Well, Hudson had 6 tackles in the first half, and he was assisted on 2 others. But Terry Island's a good little running back. He gets up in there really well and bobs and weaves his way through the traffic and does a great job.
Got all 15 and a first down here for Morse Marshall, just short of midfield. From their own 49. Thornton Gives to Island again. Island met in the backfield, still taking tacklers with him. It was Bias who had him. Penalty marker thrown into the tackle. It was Bias who had him by the ankle, still couldn't bring him down, and still picked up 5 yards. Finally brought down by Roberts.
Well, I think this is going to be, if I think they call what I think they did, Keontae May had a hold of Island and was pulling him along, and that is illegal. The offense cannot pick up a player or drag a player along for the gain, and that's what the call was, and it was a good call.
We'll head downstairs to our third member of our crew, Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, if you didn't get a chance to listen to the national anthem, listen to it. Janelle Robertson, she was really good. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us. So I thought she was going to go to school for singing. She's going to be a teacher. You just sing the national anthem.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I really do.
And you do it really well. You thought you could have finished it a little stronger had your friend here not made faces. Why were you making faces at her?
Because she has to live in the moment. She has to be happy and smile. And she was so nervous and tense.
Well, I thought she did a great job. I'll tell you what, again, if you didn't hear it, go back. Hopefully you taped this. Go back and take a listen. I was really impressed. Well done tonight.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You bet, guys. Back to you up in the booth.
Great job. Thumbs up all the way around. 3 thumbs up tonight for the national anthem.
Great.
That was Deion Jones on the carry. Got it back to midfield. Sets up a 2nd and 10 here for Morse Marshall. Trying to capitalize on the Kingsbury interception. Again, they'll work it out of the I formation with Smith the fullback. Thornton wants to throw. Penalty marker down again. Pass is thrown and caught out on the far side by Ellis. He'll take it to just short of the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 3, but this will be coming back once again. 4th time tonight, I believe, a play will be called back. Indeed it will. Our Conan Smith penalty flag once again rains down on the Morse Marshall Eagles. Illegal formation once again, and again it came from the near side.
Yeah, that official has called three fouls in a row. I didn't get a good look at it, but evidently somebody wasn't up on the line. That's really unfortunate.
Keyshawn Stewart got beat that time by Ellis, but again, another big play. 3rd big play tonight that's been brought back by a penalty.
Terrell Brooks is having a hard time getting lined up, knowing whether he's on the line or off the line.
And again, you can ask the near side official. Right. He will tell you on or off.
But that communication is not happening well, and whose fault it is, I'm not sure, but it's certainly costing them a lot. 2 long plays have been called back because of that just in the first 4 minutes of the half here.
And in essence, because he's not on the line, he exposes the tackle. Now we got a late penalty marker thrown on the far sideline, and this might come against the coaching staff here at Morse Marshall.
Right, yeah.
I think Coach Dawkins, or Coach Scott Hawkins, I should say, was not happy, has not been happy tonight.
And the official is now talking to Terrell Brooks and explaining to him what his signals mean.
Unsportsmanlike conduct call here against the Eagles will move them further.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate because this puts them in a situation now where they're probably not going to get a first down without a long play. And I can understand the coach's frustration. Getting lined up should be the least of your worries at this time of the year.
And now timeout being taken here by Morse Marshall as Coach Hawkins wants to talk to his offense. Well, coming up this fall to My 24, it's everyone's favorite Dr. House. That's on Tuesdays. Then on Wednesday evenings, criminals find that their number is up on Numbers. Rebecca Weiser, that's her favorite show, Numbers. Don't miss 2 great new shows this fall on Milwaukee's My 24. New this fall. Well, the frustration certainly reached its boiling point there. You've had 3 big plays of 50 yards or more taken back by penalty. And again, as a receiver on either sideline, you can talk to the head linesman or the line judge. They will let you know when you're lined up if you've exposed the tackle or not. If you're on the line or off, he will tell you to move up or step back. And you just have to ask. And they will give you a hand signal, at least tell you you're good or not.
Well, Terrell Brooks is normally a flanker, which means he's a wide receiver who's off the line. And Kavantrell Ellis is a split end on the line. Well, they're switching that around a little bit. And Brooks doesn't seem to realize when he needs to be up. Right now, he just moved up on the line. You can see the signal there. That's where he should be because he's now the split end, not the flanker.
The penalties have moved the football back to the 30-yard line of the Eagles. This will be a 2nd and 30. A fumble on the snap. Thornton able to come up with it, and he'll be buried right there.
Yeah, right.
LeVar Moore and Jordan Thornton, second time tonight they've had trouble on that center quarterback exchange, and it was Garvey and Hudson who were both there to cover him up as we take another look. They got back to Thornton, he just never controlled it.
Right. Well, Terry Kelly, our spotter, keeps track of the penalties. He tells me that Marshall's got 13 penalties for 105 yards.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's not to mention the 79-yard and 50-yard plays that were called
nullified.
back.
Yeah, right. And it would be 14-7 probably if they hadn't been.
3rd and 30 from their own 30-yard line. Thornton, protection breaks down. Wants to go back over the middle. Jones is there, and a penalty marker down. That'll be interference. Jones interfered with as the ball was just a bit underthrown, but he was trying to come back to the football and got bumped around in the backfield.
Ricks.
I believe Ricks was back there defensively. But this will be marked off from the line of scrimmage. Our Conan Smith penalty this time on the Generals, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, and this will make it a first down.
Right, they fortunate play there for them. Maybe turnabout's fair play here. Ball is underthrown, and Jones is trying to come back, and he was interfered with. There's no doubt about it.
Anton Ricks, little face guard there, and got called for it immediately. So 15-yard walk-off, ball back out to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Eagles. They trail by 2 scores, trying to still capitalize off the interception. This time it's Jones. Jukes his way across the left side, gets it out to midfield, gain of 5. And as you said, Coach, beautiful cut at the line of scrimmage to bounce that out to his left.
Yeah, he's a very quick lateral step there, 2 of them, in order to get out of step out of tackles and end up get that 5-yard gain.
They got an injured player down for King. His time is called for the injury timeout.
Garvey, yeah, that's Peter Garvey. One of their defensive linemen is down. Also their punter, place kicker.
Well, check out the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School Football Coaches Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Mike McGivern, our own Mike McGivern here on Thursday Night Lights, along with Coach Joe Cook. We'll talk to a different coach each and every week. That's Saturday mornings at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Garvey back up on his feet. That might be a cramp.
Well, it's hard to tell. He's doubled up and he hasn't stood up yet. Now he seems to be, if he got hit in the stomach or what.
But a good crowd here tonight for Thursday Night Lights.
Very enthusiastic. Yes. Yeah, the King kids are, they back their sport. They have good sports over there, good sports teams. I think we saw that their girls' teams won every conference title last year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. The old brother-in-law with the cheat sheet gave me all this stuff here. Dave Long treating me very nicely.
Yeah, so they're used to winning, and they support their teams. That's for sure.
And as you heard Jeremy Nichols talk, some 400 athletes participating in athletics.
Yeah. And 800 by the time the year's over. 800 different students will be out for at least one sport. That's great.
And again, to put the focus on student athlete at King High School, they're ranked #1 for academics in the state by U.S. News and World Reports, and that's several years now that they've had that ranking.
In public schools, and they deserving of it. They work hard at it. They are a college prep school. Their kids go on. Many kids go on to college. Many go to the Ivy League. So it's a great opportunity for us to show them off here that they also not only are they're the true student athletes.
Garvey going to need some assistance here to the near side.
He's not doing real well, and it's too bad. Can't really tell what seems to be his problem, but I think maybe it's its right leg.
Custer Stadium tonight. The rain pulled out of here. It was drizzling here when we first got here around 5 o'clock tonight, but since that time it's just cooled off. And
it's a good night to play.
field's still a little bit slick, but as you said, Coach, a great night for football.
Yeah, right.
2nd and 5 here for the Eagles. Ball right at midfield. Jones again wants to bounce it to the left side, and Bias right there to make the play behind the line of scrimmage was not going to be fooled.
Yeah, Bias was all over that, and that was a good cut. The play was stuffed up inside. He tried to bounce it out, and Bias was there, and he made a good open field tackle. That's 2 or 3 times a night he's done that.
Bias, one of those Ivy League recruited students, getting some looks from Harvard.
Yeah, right.
3.8 grade point average for Corey Bias.
That should do it.
Well, a loss of 4 sets up 3rd and 8 here from their own 46. Thornton under center. Movement, jump the neutral zone. That'll help. That'll take them into a more favorable situation here. I think it was, might have been Justin MacArthur. No.
Should make it 3rd and 2, I think. Yep.
So offside on the defense here. Is that Bias that may have jumped?
Who's that? Juwan Battle. Defensive end, yeah.
So 5 free ones here, sets up 3rd and 3.
Well, this could keep the drive alive if they can get this here.
Garvey still having trouble on the sideline. We'll keep an eye on that.
Doogie Hauser's looking at it here.
Nice run by May, who should have enough for the first down. So the penalty helping to keep this drive alive. Out across the 45, inside the 45, as we take another look at the run by Keontae May.
Nice cutback right here. Loses his balance, but enough to get the first down. This is a nice effort Marshall's put together here, overcoming the penalties and everything else.
From the general 45-yard line, 1st and 10. May again gets the call left side, takes it down short of the 40-yard line, pickup of about 4.
They seem to have a little rhythm going on now. Lewandowski and Charles Roberts made the tackle. A little rhythm. They're running right, running left, trying to sprinkle a pass in here every now and then to keep them honest. But they do get off the ball really well and move the front 4 or 5 linemen that they have down.
May and Smith in the backfield. May again gets the call right side, inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line, short of the first down. Gain of about 3. It'll set up a 3rd and about a long 4 here for the Morse Marshall Eagles.
Mighty Mouse Lindsey Hudson got in there and stopped that one.
5'7", 150, Lindsey Hudson. And just a sophomore. He's going to be a good one in the next couple years.
I was amazed when I was making out our spotting charts, the number of 5'7" players there are in these 2 teams. And they're all really good players. You know, size isn't everything, especially in high school.
3rd and a long 3 here for the Eagles. Ball at the 38-yard line of the Generals. May again, and he's stuffed in the hole and brought down. Ball is out. They dive for it. King has it, but are they going to rule him down? They rule the player down. We'll take another look here. That might have been Hudson again.
Whoever got in there. That looks like.
Is that Weber may have gotten in
there? I couldn't see the number. Charles Roberts was there.
Bias picked up the loose ball. Might have been Kenneth Weber. That might have been Weber that got the initial lick in there.
That was a good hit. Yeah, I think there was a 4 involved there.
Well, 4th down. The Eagles will go for it here at the general 38-yard line. We'll split the backfield. And we'll hand it off. Fullback.
Got it.
Picked up the first down. Nice move. Kewan Smith.
Was that Smith? Okay.
And that was Smith, the fullback, 5'9", 150. Able to pick up the first down and move the chains. An impressive drive here for the Eagles. They were stacked back at their own 30 by penalty, and Charles Roberts brought him down along with Lewandowski.
Well, they weren't going to use Lewandowski on defense, but I think they've decided they have to now. Stop the run.
So a fresh set of downs here for the Eagles as we roll under 3 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. They trail by 14. Generals showing blitz. Island going left side. Moves the pile inside the 30. They'll mark him down at the 29-yard line. Gain of about 4 for Terry Island, the junior 5'9".
Hudson and Lewandowski again on the tackle, and that was a matter of moving the pile, and he had a little help from his blockers, but he's got a real strong base and doesn't go down easily.
There's some good help out there is Tyson Johnson, their left tackle, 6'2", 260.
They seem to be running better inside to the left and outside to the right for whatever reason.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 upcoming. Ball at the 28, they're going to throw. Thornton with time. Going to pass, looking out far side. Jump ball again. It's tipped and incomplete. The old tip drill nearly picked up an interception that time. Davis was back there defending on the pass to Ellis.
You know who else was there? Number 14. Almost got that. Ball almost fell on top of him. There's a shot at it, I think. 14 is Lindsey Hudson. There's a ball in the air, and there's Hudson. He almost got it right there. That's hustle. That little guy is semi-amazing, I'll tell you.
Coach said he'll be all over the field.
All over the field. He was, that's usually you say of all the kids a hustler, but this guy is literally all over the field.
3rd and 5. The pitch goes to Jones. Jones trying to cut it back and does. Gets the first down. Great cutback that time. A play designed to go right. Cut it back inside. And that cutback move picked up the first down for Jones.
He took advantage of the over pursuit and was able to get back and get some yards. Lewandowski seems to be in on almost every play now. Well, you can see the cutback right there. Lewandowski and Davis, a free safety up in there too.
Spotted at the just shy of the 20-yard line, put it to 22. Jones again getting left side with some room. Down the far sideline is Jones, and he gets to the first down stick just short. He is just continuing to move. Keyshawn Davis finally got him out of bounds. Gain of 9 on the plays. We take another look at Jones' move to the left.
Marshall seems to be gaining more confidence here as they keep working down the field. They've had the ball almost the whole third quarter. In fact, as King had it, they had it once.
King had it once, the interception by Kingsbury here at the 35-yard line, and this is shortening the game in favor of the Eagles here.
Exactly.
2nd and 1 from the 12. Jones again bouncing it outside, trying to break a tackle. He'll get the first down. Yep. Ran right into Bias that time, and a little extra effort by Jones picked up the first down. They'll mark it just inside the 10-yard line, so it'll be a 1st and goal. Another First Bank first down for the Morse Marshall Eagles. They've taken this game clock down to 48 seconds to play here in this third quarter. A very impressive drive. They need to get it in the end zone, though.
Well, they've overcome a lot of adversity on this drive. King's going to take a timeout here and talk it over.
We'll take our break as well. King on the ropes here as Morse Marshall has marched it down 1st and goal when we come back. Our Thursday Night Lights High School Game of the Week presented by Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's all Generals. It's our Thursday Night Lights fan cam presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, now that's better. Well, an impressive drive here by the Eagles. 1st and goal from the 9. The pitch trying to get the edge is Island. Island brought down from behind. Good chase and tackle that time. Keshawn Stewart finally brought him down, chased him down all the way across the formation that time for the tackle.
Yeah, he probably should have turned it up and just got a few yards. He wasn't going to get anywhere going to the outside.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. This will be the final play of our third quarter. Island again gets the call, trying to go up the middle, and a stout general defense turns him away as our third quarter comes to an end. 3 quarters in the books tonight from Custer Stadium in Milwaukee. Morse Marshall knocking on the door, trying to get that goose egg off the board. It's 14-0 Generals. About to start our fourth quarter here at Custer Stadium in Milwaukee with Dick Basham and Mike McGivern. John Weiser back with you. Morse Marshall knocking on the door, facing a 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Thornton wants to throw it up. Looks for Ellis. Ellis jump ball, made the catch. Touchdown, Eagles. Kevantrell Ellis with the touchdown grab. And Morse Marshall back in the ball game. Davis and Weber defending, but again, the basketball ability, 6'4" senior, going up for the jump ball, comes down with it.
He just out-jumped everybody. There you can see right here, the ball's up for grabs, and he gets up and gets it, gets in front, gets position, and it's a good call by the official. That was definitely a touchdown. I was thinking during the timeout here, if they had a play-action pass, they probably could score pretty easily, but that was just as effective.
They'll try for 2. Island tries to get it to the goal line, still on his feet. Taking tacklers with him, going to be denied.
Great effort by Island.
Actually, that was May once again on the carry. May trying to go for the 2-point conversion. And we also have a penalty marker down, a Conan Smith penalty flag, as I believe it was Bias and Davis who finally wrestled him down.
Face mask on that, huh?
The helmet did come off, so while they sort this out, again, we remind you our penalty flags this season brought to you by Conan Smith, your criminal defense team. People in the know to call Conan Smith.
Evidently, it must not be after the play.
It's a personal foul call on the Eagles. It might have been on May after he had the helmet taken off. He's having a one-sided discussion with his head coach.
That'll be on the kickoff. That's really too bad.
Get another look here. Let's see what happened at the end. Slammed hard to the turf by Davis, and then
he took it off.
If that's what they're calling there, well, and then and he embellished it a little bit, and then
whatever he said didn't go over well. It's too bad. So they'll be penalized 15 on the kickoff, so they'll be kicking off from their own 25-yard line.
It's Brent Scott, I believe, the defensive coordinator there, talking things over.
Yeah.
With a very tired King defense, as Marshall had that ball for nearly the entire third quarter.
They did.
Very long drive, but they get the touchdown to make it a ball game here. Back to receive for the Generals will be Davis and Dowry. Pick your poison there, huh?
Yeah, right.
I would not think an onside kick would be coming here.
No, I don't think so either. They already have 11 on the field. Okay, now they're changing kickers. That's interesting.
Yeah, they had brought
Number 44 teed it up, but May's going to kick it.
It's Christian Ruiz who teed everything up, and then the last second, May coming back out. May, the recipient of that personal foul call, and he may have to come out here. May's going to be called back to the sideline, and they're going to put Ruiz back out there to kick.
Well, that's because May has to. His helmet came off.
His helmet came off. He's got to stay off for one play. You're right. Even on the 2-point try, if your helmet comes off, you have to miss the next play. Yep, that's exactly what the official's telling him. He's got to stay off the field for one play.
No, he kicked it too soon.
Yep. We'll re-kick here. Well, touchdown receptions by Jordan Lewandowski. 2 of them here tonight. 2 outstanding catches, put King up 14-0, and then the interception by Derek Kingsby set up that touchdown drive for Morse Marshall.
Lewandowski's been really making a lot of plays on defense, too, in the second half.
The referee tonight, Stephen Paulus, has been busy. Ruiz will attempt another kick here.
We're talking about Lewandowski. He was all conference last year. He's a tight end. He's been recruited by some Big Ten schools, and I think if he fills out, he's got a chance to be a player. He's got a lot of ability.
Well, the officials are holding things up here. And For what reason, I do not know. They've been
a little too involved, but I get it's been that kind of a game, I guess.
I think we've got everything set here. This time May is back. He'll try an onside kick, and of course it goes out of bounds, which will result in a penalty flag.
Right. And somehow May got himself on the field. He was supposed to be out for a play.
Well, and this...
His lawyer or agent must have got to him, you know. I'm not sure.
Well, this is an interesting call here for King. Do you take the ball?
Oh, you take it out of...
or do you make them re-kick if they're going to onside kick? Yep, they're going to march off the 5-yard penalty and make them re-kick. Interesting.
I'll be darned. Because they would get the ball at the 50-yard line otherwise. Well, we'll see. They would have gotten the ball at the 50-yard line because it went out of bounds. And now...
So May will tee it up this time back at his own 20-yard line following the penalty. This time he'll kick it away.
That's better.
A line drive kick will be picked up by Davis. Davis up the middle, midfield. Davis is gone. Davis is on his way. Open the front door. He is in the house. Touchdown. King General.
Wow. He ran right down the middle of the field between 22 players. Untouched.
60-yard kickoff return by Davis as we get another look.
67 yards, they're saying. Untouched. It's like he was walking home with a loaf of bread, you know?
A clean return.
Whoa. Well, that negates one quarter's work right there for Marshall when you special teams will kill you. Well, that was one of our, well, we said create 2 turnovers on special teams. We'll call that a turnover right there.
67-yard kickoff return for Keyshawn Davis. He had an 85-yard touchdown return on a punt in week 1 against the Pulaski-Reagan combined team. They will go for 2 here. Dowry the tailback. Ickelman is the fullback. And Davis wants to roll out. Davis trying to get to the pylon, and he will for the 2-point conversion. Davis for the 2-pointer makes it a 22-6 ball game here early in our 4th quarter.
Well, that's a fast turnaround there. We thought all of a sudden we had a football game, and now it seemed to get away from Marshall here.
One more look at the 2-pointer.
Return the favor and run it back, you know.
Here's the 2-point conversion.
I'm not sure if that was a called play or a broken play, but he just outran everybody to the corner.
Last man to beat.
By Marshall's body language, they're a little bit dispirited here right now.
All that work, get back in it, and then have all that momentum taken away on one play.
Give it back to him, right.
Davis showing that 4x200 speed. It's a state qualifier in the long jump and the 4x200.
Yeah. He's also being recruited by several Big Ten teams and a couple of Division II teams.
Well, some weapons on the other side here for Morse Marshall as well. You got Jones back there.
They can run it back too.
Yep. And this is going to be on the run. Jones across the 35, out short of the 40-yard line. Nice return for Eagles. We want to remind you that Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You'll find our schedule, complete game videos and photos, highlights of that 67-yard kickoff return. And you can even post your own photos and join the Thursday Night Light conversation on Facebook or Twitter. That's my24milwaukee.com. From their own 39-yard line, the Eagles will take over, now trailing 22-6. Thornton will give it to the fullback, Smith, and Smith bruising his way forward out to the 45-yard line. He's had some nice runs tonight when he's had the opportunity.
Yeah,
Kewan Smith, a 5'9 junior, playing fullback out of that I formation.
Yeah. Davis and Robertson on the tackle there. You can get a good look at it right straight up the middle. And you can see Davis, number 3. Roberts, number 23 in there.
Gain of 6 sets up second down 4. Ball at the 45 of the Eagles. And now movement up front as one of the offensive linemen fired off early for Morse Marshall.
I'm not sure that King didn't jump off before he fired out. We'll have to see what they rule there now. It's against Marshall.
So the 5-yard penalty will move it back to the 40-yard line. So instead of 2nd and 4, it'll set up 2nd and 9. King will stack the line of scrimmage defensively. 2-step drop, looks to throw, looking for Ellis. That ball deflects away, incomplete, was thrown low. Ellis on a quick post route that time out of his wide receiver spot. Get the view from the sideline here.
A little slant route there that tried to sneak it in, and the one bouncer, and that doesn't work.
Well, this defense spent much of the third quarter on the field, so we'll see what they've got left in them here on a 3rd and 9. I'd like to get the quick out here, but Morse Marshall has picked up a couple of key third downs here in this second half. As Thornton going over the middle, it is caught. Nice catch that time, threading the needle nicely.
Brooks.
As Terrell Brooks making his first catch tonight, the senior 5'7", 150 on a dart from Thornton. Picks up the first down.
Keyshawn Stewart on the tackle here, but here's the slant right there. Right on the money, hits him right in the numbers. Good catch. Tackle.
Pickup of about 14 and a first down for the Eagles. Again, they'll split the backfield. Again, they're going to throw. Thornton under pressure. Lost the football, fumbled it away at midfield, and King is recovered.
It was knocked out of his hand.
Akeem Brown able to recover the fumble. If we get another look
Let's see what happened and how he lost it there. Couldn't tell if he just fell out of his hand or if he was knocked out.
He was flushed out of the pocket to his right, and then suddenly the ball came loose. Let's take another look.
He's dropping back here. He moves to the right.
He just simply lost it.
I think he just lost it. I don't think that lineman knocked it out of his hand.
Each team now with 2 turnovers, and King at midfield. A chance to put this one away on this drive.
Yeah, this could be. I've got timeout, King. They must be lined up wrong or short somebody.
King will take a timeout here. We're early in the fourth quarter. King with a 67-yard kickoff return by Keyshawn Davis has opened up a 22-6 lead. We'll head back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with the athletic director, Dennis White from Morse Marshall, junior high and high school. He's the AD for both. Thanks for coming by.
It's always enjoyable to come by and give interviews with the press.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, I kind of like the press, man. I'll only ask easier questions. Okay. Hey, you guys it's showing awfully well on the field today. Tell us a little bit about the combination Morse Marshall, how that came about.
Okay, the idea was conceived by former principal Dr. Roger Onick, where we decided to keep our middle school kids, because a lot of our kids were moving and going to King, Riverside, and then we decided to say, okay, let's decide to expand our middle school program and start developing our high school. So we started with our 9th graders, and from our 9th graders, we went to our 10th graders and then to our 11th graders, and now we found this is our first year in which we have our seniors. So we have a 6 through 12 program, and it's Samuel Morse, John Marshall for the gifted and talented, and it's worked out really well. A lot of our athletes are staying with us and enjoying themselves, and hopefully we can come back and do well at the game.
You bet. Dennis White, keep up the good work. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Back to you, boys.
Guys, great job downstairs. I can't picture Mike, though, with a fedora and a press card in it. That just doesn't look right.
Yeah, right.
Dowry on the carry, stopped in the backfield.
Maybe with a cigar, he could get it. That would be good. Deion Jones makes the play there on that last play. You can see Brent Scott talking to his defense.
Let's look at this one again. A good penetration by the defense, and Dowery really nowhere to go. Jones able to step up.
Nice open field tackle right there. Put his shoulder on it and bring him down.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Ball back at the 47 of the Generals. And there's Peter Garvey, injured earlier tonight. There's an ice pack on that calf.
They're going to get a delay of game here if they don't get moving.
Davis just beat the 25-second play clock as Dowery now blowing through the blitz that time. Went right through the blitzing linebacker's spot. They got it back to midfield. Michael Harris came up with the stop for the Eagles.
Well, they want to keep the clock running now. They didn't get a chance to do much in the third quarter, so now that's their turn to keep the ball and try to run this out as much as they can.
See the Eagles with a blitz that time on the run play, and Davis wrapped up almost immediately, just a short 3-yard pickup. 3rd and long now for King. Ball right at midfield. Hard count. Now Davis is going to take another timeout, their second here on this drive.
That's interesting because Davis looked right at the field judge and waited till him to start to count it down, and then he decided he had to call timeout. He had time to get it snapped.
Well, King looking for their 4th straight win. Unfortunately, they're going to have a bye week next week because Week 5 opponent with this new 8-game schedule had to back out. So they're going to get a week off. They won't be back on the field till the 29th.
Well, I don't know who that was or how it happened, but that certainly is unfortunate when you have an 8-game schedule and you lose one game. That just is uncalled for. I don't know how that could happen, but evidently it did.
Well, that touchdown by Morse Marshall here to start this 4th quarter was the first touchdown the King defense had given up in the 4th quarter this year.
Yeah, they had control of most of their games early and didn't have to worry about what was going on in defense.
Dowery breaks a tackle. Dowery up the middle. Dowery inside the 20. Dowery in the house. Touchdown, King. Saquon Dowery, the junior, 5'9", 185, with a 50-yard touchdown run early here in this 4th quarter. Dowery, the transfer out of St. Francis High School. Let's get another look here.
He goes right up through the middle of the defense. I think you'll see Derek Kingsby had a shot right here, but wasn't able to make the play. He outruns Deion Jones to the corner.
So Dowery from 50 yards, they will go for 2. Davis on the naked bootleg coming around right side. Now gets rid of it, tosses it, diving for the end zone, and in is Anton Ricks for the 2-point conversion.
Just barely got over the line.
Penalty marker is down as well. See a yellow flag sitting at the goal line.
They've been ineligible downfield.
Ineligible man downfield, so they'll take the 2 points off.
Well, that's what I don't know that it is, but it seems like
that's what I thought. I saw the linesman signal.
Well, it is ineligible. Well, they'll take the penalty. They won't give them the points, I think.
Thrown by the umpire. He was signaling, so it was indeed a ineligible receiver. That means the lineman got down into the end zone prior to the play. And
well, the quarterback was rolling out. The lineman probably thought he was going to run it in because he has 2 or 3 times tonight, and then he decided to throw it, and he ended up downfield.
So we'll retry the 2-point conversion. This one from the 7, just going to throw a jump ball, looking for LaFon, diving for it. It'll go incomplete. Terrell Brooks on the coverage that time for the Eagles. So the penalty takes away the 2-point conversion, makes it a 28-6 ball game with 8:26 to play here at Custer Stadium.
Here it is right here. Just a fade to the corner, and defender Terrell Brooks didn't really have to do anything because the ball wasn't catchable.
But the 50-yard touchdown run by Dowry had 2 touchdowns last week against Bradley Tech. Runs of 38 and 51. Tonight a 50-yard touchdown run. Not to mention the 67-yard kickoff return by Keyshawn Davis. So big plays tonight, the story for King.
You can see that Marshall's lost a little bit of their zip. They worked so hard to get that touchdown in the third quarter, and then it was erased immediately with the long return.
May to the far sideline, out across the 30. Gets it out to the 34-yard line. Dante May with the return, brought down by Treway Conway.
Well, Morse Marshall really has some good ball carriers. They have 3 or 4 backs that are really very good. If they can get a passing game that's a little bit more consistent, maybe some play-action passes off their run game, because they do have a very effective run game. Get a couple of play-action passes off of those runs, they can be a dangerous team. Their defense is, I think, good enough to win games in the city conference. Another problem is they got a lot of guys playing both ways. If they can get some of the kids that just came back from off of ineligibility to give them some depth, they'll be a fine team, I think.
Thornton wants to throw on first down, scrambling in the pocket. Now rolls right, and will throw this one away incomplete. Nearest receiver was Kingsby on that far sideline. Sets up 2nd and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Well, again, and Kevantrell Ellis has proven he can go up and get the football tonight. So that's another weapon that they have at their disposal. Ellis certainly can out-jump the secondary here for King.
They need to find maybe other ways to get the ball in his hands, too, other than throw that long bomb and have him jumping up. He runs well. Put him at flanker, bring him back on a reverse, something like that. Just make use of that. That's a big field. Make use of that open space. Get him the ball in open space.
2nd and 10 from the 33. Thornton again has time. Over the middle, nearly picked off by our guy tonight, Lindsey Hudson. Bucking for Defensive Player of the Game tonight for the King Generals.
He's got my vote already.
Again intended for Kingsby, but was underthrown and nearly picked off by Lindsey Hudson. Stops the clock, exactly 8 minutes to go here in the fourth. A 28-6 lead for Milwaukee King. Again, single back set. 4 receivers going out. As Thornton again with time, throwing the jump ball, looking for Ellis. Ellis has it. Brings it down inside the 40 at the King 39-yard line.
I'll tell you, if he can touch it, he can catch it. It's too bad they don't have a little bit more skilled pass game. They obviously spend their time on the running game, and that's very effective. If they could put together a passing game, he's a dangerous receiver. And Terrell Brooks has made a nice catch on the other side. So they've got some guys that can catch the ball.
Lewandowski fell down just as the ball was getting there on the defense. From the King 39, 1st and 10. Thornton again going that way, looking for Ellis near sideline. Ellis falling backwards, makes the catch. Ellis inside the 10. They'll put him down at the 6. A 33-yard hookup once again between Thornton and Kevantrell Ellis.
And they put Terry Island out there with him and sent them both downfield. And the ball was thrown there. You see Island on the right of him. And catches it falling backwards.
Was touched inbounds. It's a good catch. 1st and goal, Morse Marshall. So the Eagles.
Well, the problem now is they can't throw it deep. They ran out of room. They're going to have to throw short passes and run it in.
Attempt to run it in. Tries to cut it back inside. You bet that did. looked like he had a hole to get into the end zone right up the middle. As Island on the carry that time. Stopped by Keyshawn Davis.
Davis is going to be sore tomorrow. He's been in on a lot of plays tonight. Rarely goes off the field.
Gain of about 2, sets up 2nd and goal from just inside the 5. Again, they'll go with that 4 receiver look. Island the lone tailback. They'll give it to him.
That was a good call.
Into the end zone, touchdown, Eagles.
Spread him out and then hand it off. That's a good idea.
Terry Island, the junior tailback, with the touchdown run as we get another look here.
Ran through the tackle and then took it into the end zone. All right, well, that didn't take long. They can get the ball back. They maybe can make a run at it here.
A couple of 30-plus yard plays by Ellis, and Eagles back in business here. They'll go for 2. Island, I should say May, trying to break a tackle. May again denied on the 2-point conversion. Donovan Nathaniel that time able to bring him down the defensive end on that left side for the King defense, so the 2-point conversion fails.
Yep.
Remains a 28-12 ball game with just over 6.5 to play as we get another look.
Yeah. All right, well, I don't know if they'll onside kick or not. We'll see. They need 2 8-pointers here, and that's a pretty tall order in 6 minutes and 34 seconds. We'll see if they do onside kick. King's talking it over. I think they're anticipating an onside kick maybe, so they're going to bring their hands team in most likely.
They've got their skill position players now lined up. I see Ricks out there along with Lewandowski. Ikumen, the running back by trade, out there. Bias is out there.
Right.
So they've got their good hands people up along the midfield stripe. Again, the ball's got to go 10 yards.
10 yards and touch the ground. That's the rule.
May into kick. Davis and Dowry standing at the 25. And the O-line drive it. It'll skip through the hands of Davis. He'll have to go back and cover it up. He'll pick it up at the 10, trying to get to the outside. And he's got nowhere to go. Breaks a tackle. Gets it across the 20, 30, 40. Out to midfield, breaks a tackle. Davis to the 45 of Morse Marshall. Wow, making something out of nothing. The Eagles had him dead to rights inside the 15-yard line, and Davis able to take it back. Keontae May, the kicker, finally brought him down as we watch the replay.
Well, this is amazing because he was dead to rights. They had 4 or 5 guys down there, right there. You can see he missed tackle there, overrun it there, cuts back upfield, picks up a couple blocks, and he was one man short of going all the way with it.
May, the kicker, finally brought him down at the 46 of the Eagles. 1st and 10. King Generals here. And they lead it. Now they need to burn some clock here. Davis will give to Dowry, and Dowry met in the backfield and dropped almost immediately. Jones was there to wrap him up. He's had a good night tonight defensively for the Eagles.
He covers a lot of ground too. He's defending passes in the end zone. He's making tackles on the line of scrimmage. Good football player.
He's been locked up with Lewandowski most of the night in man coverage. LaFond in your picture there, lined up in single coverage with Terrell Brooks. A loss of 1, 2nd and 11 from the 47 of the Eagles. And Davis doing the smart thing here, going to take it down as far as he can. Penalty marker down, play's going to be whistled dead.
Somebody moved.
Conan Smith penalty flag. With some movement up front, it'll be a false start penalty here against King.
2 people in motion, yeah. 1 in motion and then somebody else moved.
We'll step that penalty off. Once again, we'll head downstairs to our own Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with Aaliyah. She is the captain of cheerleading at Milwaukee King. Aaliyah, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
So how long have you been a cheerleader? All 4 years?
All 4 years.
And you got plans for next year yet? Are you set?
Yeah, we're going upstate.
The basketball team?
Yeah,
and and the cheerleaders. How about you personally? You going on to college?
Yeah, my first choice is Madison.
First choice in Madison. Do you think you'll try to cheer there or no?
Yeah, most definitely.
Aaliyah Sharp, we were talking about the boys basketball team and how fun she had in Madison last year. She thinks they're going back. Thanks so much for your time.
No problem.
They are. That's confidence right there. Back to you boys.
All right, thank you, Mike. And that's true. Every girls team at King won at least a conference title last year for all their varsity sports. Dowry with the carry, takes it back to the 43-yard line, sets up 3rd and long now for King.
Going unbalanced line, it looks like here. Saw the tackle run over on the other side.
So it'll be unbalanced to the left here.
Yep, to the left.
Davis waiting for the back judge to begin his count. We'll hand it off. Dowry brought down, nice open field tackle at the line of scrimmage. Able to step up for the Eagles.
I think he's on the roster, I don't think. No, they don't have a 42 on the roster. It's evidently a player that came back off of ineligibility. It's interesting, he went unbalanced line to the left and then ran back to the short side, trying to confuse the defense a little bit.
Well, they're short a player here, King is.
Now they can afford to take a penalty here.
They get Ickelman back on the field for this punt. Nearly blocked, gets it away. Morse Marshall will get away from it, takes a general bounce. And we will take our break here in the fourth quarter. 28-12, King on top. Morse Marshall with another opportunity. Our anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights from Custer Stadium. We'll be back in a moment. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining in this one. 28-12, King on top of Morse Marshall. With Dick Basham, John Weiser in the booth tonight. Our third member, Mike McGivern, on the sideline for our Thursday Night Lights presentation presented by Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield and Wendy's tonight. Thank them for their sponsorship. First Bank Financial Center also here tonight, sponsoring our first down markers. Conan Smith, our penalty flag sponsors this year. Well, 3:38 to go, and a long way to go.
90 yards.
Let's see what the Eagles can do here. Jordan Thornton, who's been in at quarterback all night, will duck in under center. He wants to throw. Looks right, now comes back. Has a man wide open. It's Jones, got behind the defense. Jones, inside the 30, he could go all the way. Touchdown, Morse Marshall. 90-yard reception. Deion Jones somehow got behind the secondary. Thornton found him, hit him in stride, and he took it 90 yards for the score.
Well, I think he ran right by Stewart. I think it's Gordon over there, and got there's Stewart right there. Neither one of them able to make the tackle and able to outrun everybody else. That's just what the doctor ordered if you're Morse Marshall.
And no flags.
No flags, yeah. Right.
Their first big play, and no flags. They had 2 touchdowns taken away tonight because of penalty. Thornton again.
They need this 2-point
He's going to roll it in. Cuts to the goal line, dives,
okay,
and gets the 2-point conversion. They needed that. Makes it a 1-score game with that 2-point conversion. And there is a penalty marker down, if you can believe it.
I don't believe it. Is that...
A Conan Smith penalty flag on the play.
They had ineligible. They had too many guys on field. Must have had too many on the field. King had too many on the field.
So the 2-point will stand. Makes it 28-20 with 3:20 to go. CW18 is TV to talk about, and this fall a new hero will rise. No, it's not Mike McGivern. Don't miss the new show on everyone's radar, Arrow, Wednesdays at 7. And the Winchester brothers battle their own demons on Supernatural at 8. 2 action-packed shows saving the world one Wednesday at a time this fall on CW 18. I love you, Mike. You know that.
Well, if you're King, you got to hope that you can run the clock out because you haven't been able to stop Marshall recently. And they've been shown that they can score in a hurry. And they're going to should get good field position. They got to get down to cover this kick or kick it in the end zone. They're going to be kicking off from their King's 45-yard line. King's lined up like it's they're expecting an onside kick. I would not onside kick from here with 3:20 to go and this advantage. I would just kick it down in the end zone and give it to him on the 20.
I was even going to suggest try not to get it into the end zone. Maybe
or
a little pop-up kick.
Kick a high, a pooch, yeah.
Because you really don't, you lose 15 yards, 25 yards on the exchange if you kick it in the end zone.
Right.
I think you might want to try and pop this one up. I'm going to try the onside kick.
Oh.
And it didn't go the necessary 10 yards before it was touched by a Morse Marshall player.
Yep.
It's got to go 10 yards, and it kicked off from the 45, so King offense, I believe, will get the football there.
They're going to wave it off.
Wave it off, and it will be King football. Okay. Explain that.
I can't. That's why I didn't ever officiate as a coach. All I knew is when they messed up,
Yeah, of course.
Isn't that amazing how you know that? You don't want to officiate, but you know when they mess up.
Well, this is an important series now. King
This really
needs
is.
to get a first down. They need to.
I don't know if I think Morse Marshall has used one of their timeouts.
Dowdy will get the call.
There
He
we
is
go, right
wrapped
there.
up
Nice
and brought
tackle.
down for a loss. Another fine open field tackle. And now Morse Marshall will take their second timeout here of the half.
Deshaun Jones made that play.
Deshaun Jones. Nice job defensively. Loss of 1 as we get another look here. Wrapping
Just
up
a handoff,
Dowry.
Little zone play going to the right. And there you can see right there, 24. That's Deshaun Jones. Excellent tackle. He got in on him and took his legs away from him right away.
Well, 1 timeout remaining now for the Eagles. And the King facing a 2nd and 11 here. Clock stopped with 3:09 to go.
They don't really want to put it in the air. I know that because an incomplete pass stops the clock. But at the same time, you don't want to give it up in 3 downs either.
Well, the Deion Jones 90-yard touchdown reception has brought us to this point. Eagles need to.
Well, they're spreading them out. That's they're in their empty formation. I would look for the quarterback draw maybe.
The officials want to reset the clock. So they're going to add some time to the clock. They'll put it to 3:12 instead of 3:09. 2nd and 11. The ball at the 40-yard line of the Generals. Empty backfield.
They're going to blitz him.
And Davis missing 2 tackles, 3 tackles. Got it out across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Well, that was interesting strategy by both teams. Travell Wooten made the tackle. King spread him out, tried to spread the defense out, and Marshall countered it by blitzing him and almost making him play in the backfield.
Well, a big 3rd down here.
Right.
Again, they'll empty. 5 receivers set. 3 receivers here to the near side.
I think Marshall's going to dare him to throw it.
You got Lewandowski standing out there in a slot to the far side. He, along with Rick, split out to that far side.
I think Terry Island is lined up on Lewandowski.
Davis breaks a tackle, gets the first down across midfield to the 46 of Morse Marshall, and that
Deshaun Jones
mutes
made
that
the tackle
right there.
again. Yeah.
Deshaun Jones there to make the stop.
I thought King was moving. They were not all set when the ball was snapped. They were looking at their wristbands and moving around, and that's you can't. There was a wideouts on the left side. They're not in the picture. It's unfortunate that they called everything else and they didn't call that one.
Big first down. That fresh set of downs here now can take the clock down under 2 minutes. From the Eagle 46. Davis wants to run, trying to get the edge to that left side. Steps back at the hash mark, picks up 5. Stays in bounds. Eagles out of timeouts. Cannot stop the clock here with 1:40 remaining.
Somebody called timeout.
Yep, that is their final timeout.
Okay.
Yep, they will take their final timeout here.
You can see Davis just taking off to the left. He is an excellent runner. He steps out of 2 or 3 tackles here after and gets 5 yards on a play that probably should have got none.
So the Eagles use their final timeout here with 1:38 to play. It'll be a 2nd and 5 here for the King Generals.
Well, it's been a very entertaining game, I have to say.
Has.
Yeah, right. I said earlier in the day we were going to see a lot of big plays. You got a lot of speed on the field. It's a big field. There's going to be a lot of big plays, and they're certainly haven't disappointed us there.
67-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by King and Davis.
90-yard pass play.
90-yard pass play. The 2 50-plus yard plays that Morse Marshall had that got called back in the first half.
Right.
Huge. Boy, you look back at that.
King is probably going to pull this out. But I think Morse Marshall's, they got to, there are no moral victories, I understand that, but they got to feel good about some of the things they've done tonight that they can build on.
They won their first game of the year against Beloit Turner. Lost by 4 to Washington, and then lost to Howard's Grove last week. Dowry dancing to the right and stood up. Don't believe he got the first down. I think he was about a yard shy, pickup of 4. Again, the Eagles cannot stop the clock here, 1:25 remaining.
Yeah, Terry Ireland made the stop there along with a lot of his friends. He had the first hit. That clock is running now, and it's kind of a helpless feeling when you're out there and you can't stop it. King's going to have to snap it here. They're probably going to have to go to 4th down here.
Third and 1 from the 36 of Morse Marshall. Under a minute remaining now. Davis, first down.
First down, that's it.
Takes it inside the 35, and that's all she wrote tonight.
They'll stop
for Morse
the clock
Marshall.
while they set the change, but they'll start it up again. And they may have to snap it one more time because there's 45 seconds left. It's
Davis.
academic.
Davis tonight, the 67-yard kickoff return. Nearly broke another one earlier here in this quarter. The victory formation now for the Generals.
Well, Davis is definitely the leader of this team, and Coach Wozniak had said that everything goes through him, and that's true.
One more snap, they will do it here. Again, the Eagles out of timeouts, and that should do it here tonight. King Generals will remain undefeated. They're now 4-0 on the season. They'll head into a bye week next week. Meanwhile, Morse Marshall will fall to 1-3 on the year. And the clock hits 0, and that's your final. King Generals over Morse Marshall tonight by a score of 28-20. We'll step out, we'll take a break. Back with our post-game report, including the handing off of the trophy when we come back. Week 4 of our Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's in the books tonight. An exciting one as the King Generals hang on, knocking off Morse Marshall by a final of 28-20. Eagles making it close. The 90-yard Deion Jones touchdown reception brought them back to within a score, but King able to hang on and run out the clock here tonight as we head downstairs. Mike McGivern with our trophy presentation.
Coach Wozniak, a little bit closer, I think, than maybe some people thought. They put up a good fight. Your boys answered back. I think this is a good game for you guys. Certainly learn a few things from.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to tip my hat off to Morse Marshall. They really played an inspired game.
Yeah, they really did, and I was impressed with your team. You know, they hit you on some big plays, and you guys came back and hit them back. I think this is a game that you guys can learn a lot from.
Absolutely, I agree with that. We got, we have some special athletes over on this team, but everybody kind of worked together in that game, and we pulled it out.
You bet. Congratulations, you guys got to bye now, get healthy, and get after it again in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You bet. Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Generals the winner here tonight, 28-20. We'll step out, take our final break, back with a final word, some final stats, and our players of the game when we return to Custer Stadium. Generals by 8 tonight to remain 4-0 on the year, and they head into their bye week. A 28-20 victory over Morse Marshall Eagles tonight. Eagles now 1-3 on the year. Time now for our Players of the Game award.
Well, for Morse Marshall, it was Cavantrell Ellis. You can see him catch that touchdown pass right there. He had a really good night. Here's another ball that he was able to pick up. I think it's a replay of the same play, it looks like. But he had a very good night. Excellent receiver. Another one on his back. Most of them circus catches. He out jumps people falling down, whatever it is. It's not very normal most of the time. There's another out jumping. Good athlete. They made good use of him, and they almost pulled this one out. They ran out of one of those games where you run out of time.
For Rufus King tonight.
Well, it's Mr. Everything, Keyshawn Davis. He's the quarterback. He's the free safety. He returns kicks. He carries the water out during timeouts. He does everything. Here you can see him throwing a little fade to his favorite receiver, Lewandowski. And here he's keeping it himself, coming to the left over here. And a nice gain there.
So congratulations to Cavantrell Ellis from Morse Marshall High School and to Keyshawn Davis from Rufus King, our Player of the Game award presented by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Next week, we stay in the City Conference. The Washington Pergolders take on Pulaski High School at Pulaski Stadium in Milwaukee. That's next Thursday night at 7. Our thanks to our entire crew, Terry Kelly, our spotter, Mike McGivern, Dick Basham, John Weiser saying good night from Custer Stadium.
All right, see ya. Yeah, okay.